What is up, guys? This is going to be a live reaction of the Zebec payroll call that happened today. I haven't looked at it, so this is going to be a live reaction of what happens there. But first, as always, cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on a Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing.
What's up, guys? What's up, crypto warriors? What is up, Blackrue crew? Okay, people ask me where they can buy Zebec. You can buy Zebec right on Caleb and Brown. I see some of you guys have already signed up there. Go ahead and share the screen here. I can show you that we have a affiliate link here with Caleb and Brown for the Blackrue crew. So if you want to buy your XCN, or I'm sorry, if you want to buy your ZBCN, if you want to buy your XPR, you can do that over at Caleb and Brown. And also people ask, okay, where can I store my Zebec? We also have a relationship with DCENT Wallet, which I'm going to show you guys that commercial right now. Boom. Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? DCENT Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure. Okay, and I should point out there, you can save $30 on one wallet, and you can save $99 on two. Okay, so I like the DCENT product. I own two of the wallets. You should never kind of put everything in one wallet just in case. I have multiple. So there we go with DCENT Wallet. And let's see here. Also, I forgot to put up our QR code for BTCC. Now it's there. On BTCC, you can do leverage trading. Let me go ahead and share our screen here. You can see here, they can do up to 50x leverage or more on actually Bitcoin. You can do up to 500x leverage. And I'm going to be doing this with the Patreon people, where we're going to be doing some leverage trading here. Some of our favorite coins are on here for leverage trading. We look here. Where is the little search? Okay, well, I'll do all, and I can go down here. This monitor is a little bit smaller than some of my other ones. But some of our favorite coins are on here: Jasmy, XCN, some others. So, if you've been watching these coins all year, you can kind of take advantage of some short moves on them. Like I said, with the patrons, we're going to be going through this, and we're going to be taking like a little futures trading journey. So shout out to the patrons, less than a cup of coffee for the Patreon. And let's get into the call. But first, let me see who is in our chat here. What's up, E? What's up, Balaclava, man? What is up, BLDR Bob? I saw you left me a chat, man. If you want to contact me in my description of my channel, there is an email there. So if we go ahead and go over to my channel, I believe right here there is an email address somewhere. Yeah, view email address. So if you guys want to contact me about business opportunities, that it's there. So what's up, your boy? What is up, Steve Berkshire? What's up, Marie Villas? Been a while, Marie. What's up? Kurt Dog, what's up? What's up, Kid Grabo? Okay. What's up, Papa Kev? Checking in. Eric Long. Let's square. Let's go. But let's get straight into this call. I only listened to like 5 minutes of this, so it's really going to be a reactionary call. Let me know if you like the reactions, or do you want me to just review it and then give it to you? I think this way is quicker. The call just happened today, so it's live reactions, and you guys can give me some of your reactions as well, because the way the show works is we give the information first, and then we go to all the comments. So I'm going to be curious to see what you guys think as well. You know what? I did the all share. So I got to stop that and do the other share, because I think if I do the entire screen, you won't be able to hear the audio. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to press play. Like I said, I listened to like the first 5 or 6 minutes of it. So I know there's no audio until like 4 minutes. Yeah, I just played it, I think.
Well, Ben, thank you for the intro. I have
of us here, and it's just an energy is high.
Roll going. So
Okay.
feel free to share it here in Eastern time. So appreciate everybody. What up, guys? Happy.
So can you guys hear the sound? I just want to verify that. Can you guys hear the sound there? Let me know if you guys can hear the sound so we can go in. I think it's checked. I just want to verify that. And my apologies for you guys who are listening to the recording. I just want to make sure people can hear the sound good. Or well, I should say. Like I know the English language. What's up, Ocean View Coffee Shop? Okay, what's up, George St. Martin? What's up, Tony S? All right, perfect. So we'll get into this, and I might periodically kind of stop it as I hear things that I like. But I won't speed it up, so I can give you guys the option to speed it up on your own. So we're going to listen to it in real time.
Wednesday, early in the morning out here in Eastern time. So appreciate everybody that's showing up. It's being recorded as well. So
okay, I can't. I'm sorry. I gotta do it a little bit faster than this. So my apologies to you guys who don't like the real fast speed. But if they're gonna have some stuff in the beginning that's just like kind of interview or introductory, I don't think we need to necessarily hear that. So I may slow it down when we get to the meat and potatoes of it.
if you guys can't make it or gotta leave early or whatever the case may be, you guys will be able to listen to it after, and feel free to share it. But today we got a special AMA for everybody. We do these on a bi-weekly basis, and we want to obviously keep the roll going. So we got Ben, our usual co-host, and obviously Simon, our COO. So Ben, what's going on, man?
Hey man, how are you?
Pretty good. It's sunny in Puerto Rico. So that's
very nice.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful part of the world. Well, it's not quite so
Rico,
sunny here, but the energy is high. I am very, very excited for this show today. Been chatting in the background with Simon, and he's got some really exciting information. And I guess we hang around in these spaces a lot, and we join these projects a lot, and we're surfing around in Telegram and Discord, and we're involved in numerous projects. And I speak for all of us here, and it's just really, really refreshing when you get to speak to Simon and the Zebec team to see how real world use of crypto infrastructure is finally starting to feed its way into the conversation. And I think Zebec are right at the front of that. So looking forward to that today. Simon, how are you, man? Do we have a Simon?
Yeah, Simon, I don't think we can hear you. Yeah.
Best thing to do, Simon, is drop down. Oh, Got you now. Yes.
Again, thank you for the intro. I have to say, this is a space that is long overdue. I mean, this is something that we should have done a long time ago, but Zebec has been active and building in the payroll space now for 4 years. And this is really our first payroll-focused ecosystem spaces. So I'm more than excited to be on today to tell the story.
Awesome. Well, look, I mean, we've still got people filing in, but why don't we just kick it off? I think just with a bit of an opening discussion. Let's just have a chat.
Do a 30-minute spaces today, so we have a lot to get through, and we have some that will be joining.
Well, look, so crypto meets payroll. I love the idea of this. I love, as I was saying beforehand, I love the idea of like real world crypto utility, beyond just ideas, but now we're talking real infrastructure serving real businesses and real people who are going about their day and their work. Maybe give us a little bit of a background just so we can bring everyone up to date with what we're going to be covering today, and then we can move it from there.
Absolutely. So, as I'm sure our community knows by now, Zebec was founded 4 years ago as the first decentralized payroll protocol, right? We launched on Solana. And what we did is we built a revolutionary technology that would allow users to be paid in any increment around the world, primarily in stablecoins. And that was our core product at the genesis of this company.
So primarily in stablecoins. If you guys have any questions on anything that Simon just said, we have tons and tons and tons of videos over on my channel about Zebec. As soon as you go to the home page, you can see our Zebec playlist. I know I'm not on it right now. I don't want to shift to it just yet, but yeah. So we know from the start, this is kind of like a very monumental payroll focused Web3 blockchain company.
And for us, it was always a question of how we could scale this product. Given that payroll is such an entrenched and sticky product, when you think about it, how often do companies change their payroll system, right? This is a multi-year process. So for us to turbocharge this growth, we looked at M&A. And M&A has been core to our success as a company over these past couple of years.
So about that, M&A is mergers and acquisition. This is something that Simon specializes in. I actually made a post here. Let me share this tab. So I made a post here on X. Like, let's not forget that Simon, it's down here. So let's not forget that Simon's expertise is in M&A. Okay. So this is from his LinkedIn. Where if we can we zoom into that? Well, on his LinkedIn, you can see down here, Bain Capital, M&A advisor for Bain Capital portfolio, and then Thayer Street Partners, M&A advisor for a healthcare roll-up. So mergers and acquisitions is his kind of bread and butter, if you will. So let's not forget that that's who Simon is, okay? Let's go back.
I love that. Sorry, I was on mute. So mergers and acquisitions, we're talking about bringing, another company into the Zebec ecosystem. And, this is, I mean, to be frank, it's incredible that during, a very, very dark and sometimes quite miserable bear market, Zebec quietly went about its business of acquiring and integrating a US payroll processor, and has now been evolving that into the business and coming up with additional products.
Okay, so a little background too. Someone on Twitter came out and kind of fudded Zebec, kind of fudded them and said, hey, they exited Paybridge. They don't have Paybridge anymore. So this was excellent that they brought this up, and they're bringing the CEO of Paybridge on, because it shows that they've been paying attention, right? That somebody actually fudded and said, okay, they exited this company. They're not even involved with this company anymore. So it shows that they're paying attention, okay? And instead of being like, yes, we are still involved with them, you know what I mean? Instead of being petty with it, they chose to just say, okay, well, let's just bring you onto his spaces. And then that just silences all the critics that way. So very, very good way of doing it, and addressing something that may have been an issue due to FUD.
that that it can provide to its existing user base. So maybe, you know, give us a little bit more background on that, and also why is now like the right moment to go public with this story?
I mean, it's a good point because we did all of this very quietly through the depths of the bear market. Of course, crypto was not in vogue, right, in 2023, and there was a lot of restrictions around crypto companies even having bank accounts in the US. So we managed to pull off multiple acquisitions of US payment processors and payroll companies, all under Zebec entities. And we did this quietly because, you know, we didn't want to have the attention at the time. We wanted to make sure that this worked and that we could actually integrate them with the Zebec payroll tools that we had. And now fast forward 2 years, we're seeing the metrics, we're seeing the KPIs. I mean, we put out a monthly report every month to our community.
Okay, so it's important he pointed that out. So they did it quietly without, like, you know, it being acquiring things like Paybridge, getting a partnership with ADP, because at the time before this current administration, you had the Gary Genslers of the world, the Elizabeth Warrens of the world, the Janet Yellens of the world, where crypto wasn't looked at friendly with the regulators. Okay, so they didn't want to call attention to themselves that they were trying to bring crypto into a payroll type usage. So it's very important that he pointed that out. You know, why now? That's why. And also what I mentioned before, I don't even know if he's going to address that or not, but you know, what I mentioned before about the FUD, I don't know if he's going to address that or not, but here we go.
They can see the growth and they can see that this M&A strategy is working. So now is really the time to open the curtains and share with the community what we've been building at PGP and at Zebec over these past years. So for the community to understand better, PGP, Payroll Growth Partners, it is a Zebec entity. It's a subsidiary of Zebec, and this has been our active acquisition entity. And it's been active in the US. We've made 3 acquisitions now to date. Paybridge was our very first acquisition. This was a payroll company that is based in Ohio. They pay over 10,000 people in the US. They have over 200 corporate clients. The CEO and founder of Paybridge will be joining us on the Spaces very soon.
So immediately, what I'm hit with, if we go over to share this tab and we look at the company here. So they say here of Paybridge, you know, and we've read this before. Over the last year, PGP's acquisition of Paybridge and school payroll services has expanded Zebec's payroll segment and its integration with traditional payroll systems in the United States. And check out a past video, which I've shown you guys, like as far as BlackRock is concerned and other type of hedge funds. Teachers payroll is a huge part of their assets under management. So think about just how many teachers there are United States wide, and how many teachers have like 401ks. So this is a huge space to hit. So with Paybridge and the school payroll services, they've already addressed a very big market in payroll to hit. Okay. So they say here, Paybridge is a leader in payroll and human capital management solutions, processes over 300 million in payroll volume annually, underscoring the significant scale of this integration. So right away, they tell us about this. Addition of school payroll services into the PGP portfolio has paved the way to creating a premier payroll services for educators and administrators across more than 100 schools nationwide. Okay, so they're already in 100 schools. And with the acquisition of Paybridge, they already have 300 million in payroll volume. But remember from the last call, they told us they have 500 million now in payroll volume. So they're already growing, okay, based off of what they told us last call. So let's head back to this tab and play.
talk a little bit more about his business and how Zebec has changed his customer experience.
Incredible, and I love the fact that we're going to bring the founder and CEO of the business that was acquired up. That's it's awesome that you have that kind of relationship, and I'm really interested to hear their perspective on it. Simon, why payroll though? What's the importance of that to you guys, and what do you think the larger opportunity is with payroll as a sector, you know, and the guide rails and the infrastructure of crypto?
Well, you need to remember, payroll is a massive, right? Everyone that works globally is part of the payroll economy. We're looking at 500 billion as the industry size in the US. And this is an industry that is largely
500 billion in the US. But again, if you look at some of their investors, they have a worldwide reach, and they're already doing payroll in Japan.
Unchanged for the past 75 years. From the beginning of the Swift banking system in the 1950s, you look
Let me go back a little bit, because what he said about payroll being unchanged in 75 years is kind of important.
Right? Everyone that works globally is part of the payroll economy. We're looking at 500 billion as the industry size in the US. And this is an industry that has largely gone unchanged for the past 75 years. From the beginning of the Swift banking system in the 1950s, you look at payroll as a bi-weekly or monthly process that is run on banking rails, meaning that companies need to fund their payroll on Wednesday, the employees will get paid on Friday. Employees are paid typically 2 to 4 weeks after actually completing the work. So it's a very old and antiquated system that was disrupted, that was ripe for change. Now, change has only been able to come in recent years with the advent of blockchain technology and the ability to pay people in faster increments of time at much lower transaction costs and higher speeds. That is what Zebec pioneered on the Solana blockchain back in 2022. We have been perfecting this product and commercializing this product now for the past 3 years. And now is really the time that we're finally starting to see good levels of adoption across our portfolio into crypto and stablecoin based payroll.
Okay, he said a whole bunch right there, but very profound and very compact. I don't know if someone like that was a lot in a very short amount of time. So the payroll as an industry has not changed for 75 years. So it's ripe for technology to come in and make it better. Okay, and that's what he's saying with the technology that Zebec has. Like there's hints on maybe Sam has a patent for streaming payroll, but with the streaming payroll technology that Zebec has in order to pay people in real time, and with the whole USDY, where they have a stable coin that bears yield, right? A yield bearing stable coin from Ondo Finance and Stellar. This could be very, very helpful for payroll, for the Zebec cards, for all that. Here, I just lost my train of thought there. I really lost my. Okay, got it. And the stable coins. So with the whole thing, and we covered this last time. Last couple shows where we've been talking about what if Ripple purchases Circle, what is Circle's effect, the Circle payments network, what could that effect be on Zebec? They're already compliant with WageLink, and again, they also told us the last Zebec call that they're going to be ISO 20022 compliant by the end of the year. So they're already compliant right now with the WageLink and offering that for payroll with USDC. So it's clear that they're hooked into Circle. It's clear that this is an important project for Circle. And who owns parts of Circle? BlackRock. Who owns parts of ADP? BlackRock. So not only is this big for Circle, it's big for BlackRock too. Okay, so there's a lot of big money publicly traded companies in the mix here with Zebec. We're not just talking about a fly-by-night meme coin. We're talking about a real company here.
Awesome. And you know, makes total sense, right? If you're talking about infrastructure and you're also talking about bringing users into the Zebec ecosystem, why not provide a better product in terms of infrastructure with a payroll, you know, product, and also onboard a whole load of other additional users to things that you're working with. I think that's such a very, very clever, shrewd move, man. Very, very shrewd.
That's something that's easy to do, right? Because when you think about it, selling payroll on an organic basis, it takes a lot of time, right? Long sales cycles, very sticky client base. So M&A for us was a hack. We acquired a captive customer base where we could then slowly introduce our products and really see what sticks and see what doesn't. And we saw a lot, you know, over our different client profiles and consumer profiles, that certain industries value the Zebec cards, right? They want the pay cards. Other industries really value the real-time payroll and getting paid a couple of days early. So for example, healthcare industries where people are working in shifts, being able to tell them that, hey, you get paid every day at the end of your shift, it's a game changer, and employers are able to use this as a recruiting and a retention tool to tell that their employees have these benefits of working for them.
Wow, so that's a lot too. So basically they're saying they've already tested out which of their products as far as payroll or the instant cards work for which industries. For instance, he just said, you know, in the medical industry, like nurses work those like crazy shifts. Imagine like you've worked like a 12-hour shift and now you know you've gotten paid in real time. Man, I would want that immediately. I would want Zebec immediately for that, right? And that also makes me, you know, think about, okay, if your company is offering real-time payroll and another company's not, then heck, I'm going with you with the real-time payroll, because now I can immediately do whatever I want to do with my money the moment I finish working. So, you know, if I've worked a 12-hour shift and I want to go like pay some bills, I can do that immediately. Or make investments, I can do that immediately. Like the game-changing part of how that could work is just really amazing. Yeah, I really like what I'm hearing. So by purchasing Paybridge, that really ramped up their time. Like they already knew they had the product, so they just purchased a company that already had the audience, already had the payroll, already had everything going, so they could try it out immediately.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And so, you know, we're talking deepest, darkest bear market, a time when, you know, the administration in the States, for example, was absolutely not crypto positive, and there were lots of subpoenas and investigations happening with the SEC and all of those kind of things going on at the same time. You know, can you shed a bit of light on, you know, how a company that is effectively like, you know, rooted in crypto infrastructure goes about acquiring a business like Paybridge?
Well, a lot of it comes back to our partners at Zebec, and I would bring kind of Circle to the forefront. So Circle was an early investor in Zebec, and they at the beginning provided a lot of the functionality for us to move between crypto and fiat rails. They were instrumental in the infrastructure for our first acquisition. And going back to your point about the depths of the bear market,
so again, I just kind of pointed that out where Circle is huge, and he's saying, okay, well, Circle kind of just paved the road for us. They made the kind of rails between fiat, traditional fiat, and blockchain easy. They also, I think he said, got some of their first partners on board. I'm just replay that a little bit, going back here.
Rooted in crypto infrastructure goes about acquiring a business like Paybridge?
Well, a lot of it comes back to our partners at Zebec, and I would bring kind of Circle to the forefront. So Circle was an early investor in Zebec, And they, at the beginning, provided a lot of the functionality for us to move between crypto and fiat rails. They were instrumental in the infrastructure for our first acquisition. And
so they were instrumental in the first acquisition, which was Paybridge. So if that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will, right? It's like, okay, Circle's like, we got to get this going. We're going to purchase Paybridge. We're going to get these rails set up. Like we can see the wheels turning right there, right? And it's Circle led, right? So, man, and we know Circle's a member of the World Economic Forum, and we know with those guys, how those guys make stuff move. So if you're listening to this, you should be pumped, bro. Like, you know, we're all grown men and women. I'm not telling you how to be, but when I'm listening to this, I'm pumped as hell when I hear that. When I'm listening to that, I'm like, yeah, buddy. So, okay, let's continue.
And going back to your point about the depths of the bear market, we completed our acquisition of Paybridge in March 2023. And for those who remember, that was a very dark time in crypto history as the USDC stablecoin momentarily lost its peg, right, in light of the Silicon Valley Bank drama. And of course, many crypto businesses at that time were losing their bank accounts. So thanks to our healthy relationship with Circle, as well as our relationship with some US banks, including JP.
Yeah, that was a crazy time. That was a crazy time. He's right about that.
Morgan Chase, we were able to complete multiple acquisitions, starting with Paybridge.
Well, that sounded important. Their relationship with JP Morgan Chase. Again, to me, that shows that they've been paying attention, right? Because everybody's like, well, they're not really related to Chase. I know that they have JP Morgan Chase on the website, but I'm not able to find any links between them and JP Morgan Chase. And he's bringing it up right now. So it shows they've definitely been listening and paying attention to what we're talking about in our community. Shout out to our community, our Zebec community in the Telegram, free for now, but I think that's going to change very soon. And shout out to the Twitter or the X community, which Ghost runs for Zebec guys. So I went a little bit back because I want to hear that JP Morgan stuff.
Many crypto businesses at that time were losing their bank accounts. So thanks to our healthy relationship with Circle, as well as our relationship with some US banks, including JP Morgan Chase, we were able to complete multiple acquisitions, starting with Paybridge in March 2023.
Awesome. And so what's that been like then in terms of, like integration into the Zebec ecosystem? You've got fiat and crypto rails. You need to remain compliant. What's it like building infrastructure in that world where existing finance and crypto enabled finance are kind of meeting one another? And what's the long-term roadmap when that happens?
Well, it definitely was a challenge, to say the least. We focus on specific payroll softwares that we plug into. So our first acquisition of Paybridge was an Assure software. So Assure is one of the larger HCM payroll softwares in the States. We built an integration there that plugged into the Paybridge system. That means that employees could see kind of their fiat payroll, their withholdings and deductions, as well.
They plugged into Assure. Assure might be publicly traded. I'm not sure. I have to double check that, but I know they're a big name. Okay, I know they're a big name. This is man, this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, let's continue.
Well as the opportunity to take a portion of that paycheck in stablecoin. From there, we integrated the Zebec cards, which initially started as a pay card where employees could take a percentage of their paycheck on the MasterCard. Then it became really a crypto card as well, where employees could take some of their crypto payroll, move it back and forth between the cards seamlessly, send those cards to friends and family globally. So there was the remittance angle there. So it really kind of just started to grow from there. And then, of course, our WageLink app, which came out last year as well, served as an early wage access app where employees could receive their paycheck up to 5 days early if they were receiving fiat payroll.
Bro, like, Honestly, I thought because this was 30 minutes, I was not going to be as excited as I am right now. But I am excited right now. So we're hitting remittance payments, we're hitting payroll, we're hitting payroll advance, we're hitting fiat, traditional fiat to crypto rails, payroll. Oh my God, this is really fantastic. This is really fantastic. And we talked about some of this, but it hits for me. It hits a little different coming out of the COO's mouth. It hits a little different coming out of his mouth. Let's go back just a couple seconds and hear that just again.
On the MasterCard, then and deductions, as well as the larger.
It's the long-term roadmap when that happens.
Well, it definitely was a challenge, to say the least. We focus on specific payroll softwares that we plug into. So our first acquisition of Paybridge was an Assure software. So Assure is one of the larger HCM payroll softwares in the States. We built an integration there that plugged into the Paybridge system. That means that employees could see kind of their fiat payroll, their withholdings and deductions, as well as the opportunity to take a portion of that paycheck in stablecoin. From there, we integrated the Zebec cards, which initially started as a pay card where employees could take a percentage of their paycheck on the MasterCard. Then it became really a crypto card as well, where employees could take some of their crypto payroll, move it back and forth between the cards seamlessly, send those cards to friends and family globally. So there was the remittance angle there. So it really kind of just started to grow from there. And then, of course, our WageLink app, which came out last year as well, served as an early wage access app where employees could receive their paycheck up to 5 days early if they were receiving
So we're also getting remittances, and we're getting basically these guys actively figuring out how a super app will work. Okay, we're letting them see their payroll withdrawals and deductions and all that, right? We're letting them have a Zebec card, which they can possibly use for privacy or not for privacy or for banking. We're letting them do remittance. We're letting them do payroll advance. Oh man, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Fiat payroll, and then if they were doing crypto payroll, they could of course receive it every single day that they worked. So we're really excited with this ecosystem we built. It's we're seeing the metrics improve month over month. The adoption rates are going higher, and not just really with Gen Zs, because initially we thought it was the under 30 demographic that would be opting into this, but we've seen a lot of success with the cards across age groups and across industries. So that makes us realize that what we're building here is really not just for crypto native people, it's for anybody that wants a better payroll experience and wants to have more control over their money. Because when you think
right, this is I would too think that they would hit Gen Z, but really this could hit anybody because you don't necessarily need to know that it's crypto behind it. All you need to know is that you're getting paid in real time. So do you need to use any of the crypto features of it? Not really. You just know that you're getting paid in real time. Okay. Do I get paid in real time? Can I use the card anywhere? Yes and yes. Okay, great. So you don't need to know nothing about crypto. All you need to know is money on card, paid by the second. I can use it anywhere. Period. Okay. So that's amazing. That's amazing right there, right? So again, they don't have to like market to Gen Z who only really cares about Jake Paul and whatever the hell's going on with their favorite influencer or whatever. You know what I mean? Because they're not the influencers they're listening to is not Blackrue Investing. They're probably just listening to freaking I don't even know who these guys listen to. Andrew Tate. Right. I don't know, but I'm not plugged that much into Gen Z. I can ask my daughter and my son, but you know what I'm saying, right? So yeah, this is cool that it hits everybody.
Think about the other options here. If you don't have your payroll on time, you're looking at payday lenders where you're paying very, very high interest rates. And you're looking at other money, early pay providers, right, which are charging exorbitant fees. So Zebec's mission from the beginning was all about financial inclusivity, financial freedom, and financial fairness. And our products deliver on all three.
That is that's really poignant and pertinent as well to my next point. And you know, when I come on and I co-host with platforms and you know, builders in the Web3 space, I don't like to talk about other tokens, but I'm gonna just draw a little comparison here, because obviously what you're talking about here in terms of like enabling financial freedom, enabling, you know, people of all ages to be able to access finance earlier than, you know, than they would have received it beforehand, thinking about like cross-border payments and all of those kind of things. It feels very, very similar to Ripple and XRP and what's going on there. But of course, like, you know, there's a lot.
Is he gonna bring up Ripple? Oh man. Oh man. Okay. I gotta see where this is going, bro.
That's being built there in terms of a community and the infrastructure, but that feels like it's all very like, hey, we're building this now for tomorrow. Whereas what's going on here with Zebec is like, this is happening right now. Like, people are genuinely being able to use your tools, use your products, and access their finances like in a very, very different way today. And you are testing and you are learning, and you're doing this with enterprise clients, and you know, you've got all kinds of tools and things like that. And you know, there's a real difference in terms of, you know, the market the market cap, for example, of like XRP and Zebec, for example. Like, do you think I'm crazy making a comparison like that?
I mean, look, you're not the first one to make it, but I think this really goes.
No, you're not. I definitely made it. And those of you who've been watching know. But let's listen. Oh boy. Okay.
Goes back to our mindset as a company, and we are an execution first company, right? We do not make big promises to the market until we can prove that they work first. That's why our M&A strategy was under wraps for the past 2 years, because we wanted to make sure that we could integrate these clients and we could deliver before sharing with the market. So yes, there's a lot of similarities, I think, with other
right. Verify and validate before you make promises that you can't keep. Very good.
Payment tokens out there was under wraps for the past 2 years, because we wanted to make sure that we could integrate these clients and we could deliver before sharing with the market. So yes, there's a lot of similarities, I think, with other payment tokens out there. But I don't think that any of those other payment tokens have done the same level of user adoption that Zebec has. And now is really our time to finally start telling our story to the market.
Did he just say we got...
I'm really looking forward to...
Hold on. Did he just say we have more user adoption than the rest of those tokens, like i.e. Ripple and others? Did he just say that? Did he just say hold my beer, Ripple? Did he just say hold my beer, Stellar? Well, he's not gonna say hold my beer, Stellar, because they're partnered with Stellar. But he kind of just said hold my beer, Ripple. I think he kind of just said that. You know, respectfully, he said it. Respectfully, he said it. Oh wow. Okay. Hey. All right. Ballsy there, Simon. Okay, let's continue.
Hearing more of that story, also the story of people who are using it, and I think later on in this show we're going to try and bring some people up, I think, and see if they've got like a lived experience of actually using the tools that we're talking about here. Before we get to that, though, great opportunity for us to actually speak to Tony from Paybridge. So he's founder and CEO. Help me with his surname, Simon, because I can't.
Is on the Spaces today. Welcome, Tony, if you're here.
Thank you.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I really appreciate you coming up and joining us today. We've just been talking about, you know, Zebec and the mergers and acquisitions strategy, and how Paybridge, you know, came part of this.
All right, this is going to be interesting to hear, but I really liked that he just said, "Hold my beer, Ripple." That was pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Zebec ecosystem, and I wondered if I could just ask you a few questions about that.
Sure, 100%.
Nice one. Okay, well, look, before we get going, be great to kind of just, you know, understand a bit more about how long you've been at Paybridge and like when you founded it.
Yep. Paybridge was actually founded in 2008. So I've been there approximately 15 years, and I've been in the payroll space about 25 or 30 years myself professionally.
I love that. And what makes Paybridge unique in the US payroll sector?
Yeah. So, we found a good niche market. We became a leader in the charter school space. Charter schools are big in the US. And we also admitted acquisition in December of 23 of school payroll services to further market our presence and solidify ourselves as.
So I really don't think that people understand when they say that they're big in the charter school space and how big the school space is as far as money goes to places like BlackRock and huge asset managers. Like, I had to bring up the video. Like, we're not going to look for it right now, real time, but it's definitely. I had a video and it said, I had a page from BlackRock where they said half of their assets under management are basically from school teachers for retirement. So half their retirement assets are school teacher assets. So, so when they say they're in the charter schools, that's pretty big to me, because that whole space is a whole bunch of money there.
As the leading payroll provider for.
Let me go back just a second there.
School space. Charter schools are big in the U.S. And we also admitted acquisition in December of 23 of school payroll services to further market our presence and solidify ourselves as the leading payroll provider for charter schools. A little bit more about Paybridge. We have about 225 clients. We serve, again, as Simon said earlier, about 10,000 employees. We have a very high retention rate with our clients because we offer a personalized customer service. Each of our clients has a person they either can email or talk to on a daily basis, so they're not calling into an 800 number, because we like to maintain that small town Midwest feel for our clients.
Nice.
That's lovely. And I think really important too, right? When people are talking about their finance and stuff, it's a really nice touch to have that kind of that personal interaction with people. I really like that. So, when you're talking about that small town Midwest kind of approach, and then suddenly there's this partnership with Zebec and PGP, like, why did you decide to make that move and partner with Zebec?
Yeah. So again, one of the things when you have a payroll company like mine, we were getting calls every day or emails from different private equity groups about making an acquisition. And I was introduced to Zebec through a consultant. And really what stood out to me is their mission to redefine the payroll industry. Really resonated with me. The ability to provide a better use experience for our clients and for our payroll users.
That's awesome. And I think it's really incredible that you kind of like looked forward like that. I think that's a credit to you.
Yeah, and really, as Simon said earlier, we did the acquisition of March of 23.
Yeah,
it's been really a good for me personally and professionally, and also for my employees and our clients too. Also.
Yeah, well, tell me a bit about that then. So, since partnering with Zebec and PGP, what have they done for your clients and the employees that you serve, and how have they enhanced that user experience?
Yeah, the first thing was that we rolled out the pay cards to our employees. Probably 30% of our employees are hourly, and they were getting paid checks. The ability to give them a pay card enhances their experience. They don't have to go to the bank. They can just use an ATM to cash their check. And also, it's a really good experience for our clients, our users, because they don't have to reconcile their bank account when they use checks. It just makes life a lot simpler for them. The other thing, again, they provided was, the EWA, the payment system. So again, a lot of hourly employees like to get paid early, so they use, the payday lenders, which some of them have an APR of like 200%. So now we can use, Zebec Rails for real-time payroll. Where they get paid early through a wage link, or using Zebec through crypto, where they can get their earnings through stables in real time.
And see, that's a very important point, because a lot of people that are a lot of people that use like payroll lenders or payroll advance people, like they get like I'm sorry, I don't have a better word than boned. They get boned with the interest rates, man. And this way, with Zebec, where you're getting paid real time, you don't have to worry about that. It's right in your hands right now. So I could see for people who are getting paid hourly, for a lot of blue collar people, like not like it's like it wouldn't be good for everyone, but particularly for blue collar people, this could be very much a game changer in that, okay, I don't have to do any more payroll advances. My thing is my money is available as I work. So I think that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I believe, I also believe that the blockchain technology will become the future of payroll. So, we introduced this payroll option to our users, and we've introduced it to them so they can become familiar with the crypto and the blockchain.
Oh, that's awesome. So, like, well, that leads on nicely to my last question, which is like, you say you founded this business 15 years ago. Well, what's the evolution of the payroll industry like been in the last, say, decade? And then, and it sounds like you're very, you're positive about the outlook with crypto. What do you think will define the next 10 years?
Yeah. Well, the thing about payroll.
Thank you, Crypto Clay, for the $20 super chat. I am keeping my eye on the chats, by the way, guys. From the Mickle Mafia, let's go, Zebec. Let's go. Appreciate it. I see some regulars in the chat here. What's up, Mooneyverse? What's up, Mooney? What's up, Hitter All Day? All right, yeah, let's continue going here, guys. And of course, we'll get to all the chats at the end here. I'm liking everything that Tony's saying so far. Let's continue.
It really hasn't changed in 70 years, right? The way
industry like been in the last, say, decade.
Familiar with the crypto and the blockchain.
Oh, that's awesome. So, like, well, that leads on nicely to my last question, which is like, you say you founded this business 15 years ago. Well, what's the evolution of the payroll industry like been in the last, say, decade? And then, and it sounds like you're very, you're positive about the outlook with crypto. What do you think will define the next 10 years?
Yeah. Well, the thing about payroll really hasn't changed in 70 years, right? The way people process payroll today is, they use the old ADP system. It's basic, they've used that for years. It's kind of the same system, is where they essentially, employees get paid either weekly or every 2 weeks, so it's pretty much a standard operation. The industry is now, it's ripe for some disruption. The younger generation is hungry to get more innovative payroll solutions and processes. They don't want their payroll fund to be held hostages for 2 weeks. They want to get the money as soon as they can get it. The solution for this issue is the crypto blockchain. It is the only real feasible solution to make this work, given the limitations of our traditional banking rails. With lower fees, faster settlement times, faster processing, and cross-border payments. It just makes it more convenient and easy for the younger generation.
So, something to point out there. So, he said they use the old. Did I mess up something? Hold on.
Tony, I love
solution.
Okay, so he said they use the old ADP system. Who is Zebec partnered with? ADP. So this is ADP upgrading their old system with this partnership with Zebec, right? So again, if you want to say, well, the older people are never going to let Zebec come into the market and dominate anything. They're partnered with the older people. They're in fact partnered with the biggest, oldest people with ADP in the space. So this is not something where it's hopium. We have to worry about them trying to carve out a new niche in the market space. They're already partnered with the biggest dog in the market space, which is ADP. So that's very, very important to understand here. So now it's like, okay, if you're already partnered with ADP, and there's, I saw somewhere where someone said that Paychex might have looked at them, and Paychex is like the second biggest dog in the space. Now everybody really has to kind of come on board with this because the two biggest guys are offering it. So, or at least the first biggest guy. can't say with Paychex completely right now, but you can say with ADP. So ADP is offering it. Everybody else kind of has to come aboard, or like they're gonna get like just they're not gonna make it because ADP is offering it to everybody. So as a young person, like, okay, I want to get paid real time. So any other company that's not using this, they're gonna lose out on talent because the younger person is gonna want their money right now, right now. Because think about it, we're in a TikTok world where let's face it, kids today want everything now. They want information in 30 seconds. They want to be able to use AI and find the answer in 10 seconds. They want everything right now. So if they can get real-time payroll right now, they can get paid by the second right now, they're going to go with that. So the top talent is going to go with that before anything else.
To make this work, given the limitations of our traditional banking rails, with lower fees, faster settlement times, faster processing, and cross-border payments, it just makes it more convenient and easy for the younger generation.
Tony, I love that, and I power to you, man, for taking a business that you had been running for a significant period of time and really looking forward. I think that's absolutely amazing. Simon, do you want to add anything to that?
I mean, the partnership with Tony has been greater than any of us could have ever have imagined. I mean, Paybridge has been the perfect fit for the Zebec ecosystem. Our first acquisition, of course, we took a risk on it. We're the first time a crypto company has bought a real world payroll company in the US. But as we said, it's kind of been the first of many acquisitions. It's proven our product market fit. It's proven our thesis. And from there, we've gone on to acquire two additional.
I like how he said we took a risk on it. Like he's kind of being real with us, and he didn't have to be kind of real with us because, the people will try to like, say it like it's flowery or whatever. No, this is the first time a like blockchain company has kind of gone out and purchased a real world company and upgraded it. So, and it worked, and it worked out. So that's pretty big, and I appreciate the candor, the honesty there from Simon. And yeah, it's working. It is working.
Additional businesses, as Tony mentioned, with SBS. Has bought a real world payroll company in the partnership with Tony has been greater than any of us could have ever have imagined. I mean, Paybridge has been the perfect fit for the Zebec ecosystem. Our first acquisition, of course, we took a risk on it. We're the first time a crypto company has bought a real world payroll company in the US. But as we said, it's kind of been the first of many acquisitions. It's proven our product market fit. It's proven our thesis. And from there, we've gone on to acquire two additional businesses, as Tony mentioned, with SBS. We are now one of the largest payroll providers of charter schools in the US, which is such a great vertical because we're paying teachers, and teachers are then explaining these concepts to the next generation, to their students. So it's building this.
So they hit up charter schools first. Now, again, do you not think with BlackRock being kind of in the background of all of this, right? Because they are. With JP Morgan being in the background of all of this because they are. Visa and MasterCard being in the background of all of this because they are. Once they fully prove this with charter schools, they're not going for public schools in other areas. Man, woo, man, that's so. That's really big for me. That's really big for me.
Cycle, it's strengthening the ecosystem, and there's a lot more to come from here.
Absolutely fantastic. Excuse me, just clearing my throat there. Sorry about that. Thanks for going through that with me, Tony. Really appreciate it. Have a great day, and yeah, thanks for giving up your time.
Tony.
Thank you.
Simon. Okay, well, look, we've got.
You can tell Tony's a little nervous, but he did a great job. He might not speak as much publicly as Simon does. He did a great job though here. So I like how Zebec identified a company, went and purchased it, like really ramped themselves up really quickly in the payroll space, tested this with charter schools, and it seems like it's working. So now understanding all of this, right? They're going to have the best product because they've already had it tested in the field, right? and with all the things, all the people that have backing them, Circle, BlackRock, JP Morgan, and all the other companies I mentioned, Visa, MasterCard, this is really online to be very, very, not financial advice or any of all of that stuff. I'm not a financial advisor. But with the research we're giving you, we see that this seems to be on a line to be very, very big.
Goodness, just over 5 minutes left. I think great opportunity for us. I know in the background, the team have been bringing up a few accounts. So we've got some people. I know we asked the community for a bit of maybe, their perception of this, having perhaps used the payroll system and some Zebec products.
Definitely. We have listeners in the audience today, both Zebec token holders, Zebec users. We would love to hear their experiences with Zebec products, and if they have any questions, we'll open up the floor.
Love that. Okay, why don't we go with, so I've got two people, I think, coming up. So I've got Brittany, I think. Brittany, you there?
Brittany?
Hello. Oh, hey, Brittany, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Ah, there you are. I can hear you now. Yeah, very good. Thank you. So you, well, why don't you maybe give us a little bit of context about like how you've been using the system and what that's meant to you?
Absolutely. So I live in South Carolina and I'm a nurse here. And
Yeah, nurses, bro. I've said this before. I don't know who. I said this a couple times. I think this would be really, really good for nurses. I think I might have said it earlier in the call, but yeah, for nurses, this just seems like this is the perfect product.
been using the Zebec payroll system for quite a while. Before my employer added this benefit, I was having to resort to payday loans just to make it kind of paycheck to paycheck, and I was paying the 80 to 100% APR. And now that I have the opportunity to get access to my real life funds each and every day, I've been able to drop the habit of payday loans, get those paid off, and start saving money that I was previously paying for all of those fees. And, you know, we see this a lot in the industry, so it's definitely been a blessing for us.
I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, bro, and it's a vicious cycle with those payday loans, babe. Man, I've been there back in the day. Of course, you know, we're doing a lot better now. But man, Zebec definitely solves that. And again, one, if you're the devil's advocate or whatever, one could say, well, payroll people wouldn't want that, wouldn't want to lose out on the money for that. Again, remember, they're ADP backed, Circle backed, even BlackRock backed, because BlackRock owns part of Circle. Remember that. So BlackRock, Circle backed, ADP backed, JP Morgan backed, Visa backed. So I don't think that that's going to be a problem.
Simon, is there anything you wanted to cover on that point?
I mean, it feels great really being able to see this payday loan industry slowly get crushed, because at the end of the day, they're taking advantage of working Americans, which is not okay.
I like how he said that. Of course, if people are going to be, you know, overspenders, they're still going to be overspenders. But at least right now, this would give the opportunity to get rid of the whole payday loan thing. But again, people do what they do, and they might just still do it and still get overextended. But the opportunity at least is there not to, right? So I love what he's saying right there.
Yeah, totally agree. Brittany, thank you so much for coming up. It's really lovely to hear that. I'm so pleased that you are having a positive experience like that.
Absolutely.
Nice one. Thank you so much. Right. Now, if I'm right, because I know we were speaking to people to see if they wanted to come up. I think we've got someone called Randall. Is that Randall? Is that you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how you doing? I love your PFP, by the way, as well. Pacino rocks.
Yeah, my name is Randall Carter, and I'm a long haul trucker out of
Oh,
Toledo,
nice.
Ohio.
Hey, how
Yeah,
you doing?
so good, good. For
So,
years, I had to take out payday loans just to make like ends meet between paychecks. Sometimes paying 200% interest. Um, I had to wait 2 weeks for my employees to get paid, and it was hard to cover like bills and surprise expenses. But ever since I started using Zebec, I get paid after every shift, and I haven't touched a payday loan since. And I feel like I'm in control of my own money now using Zebec.
absolutely love that.
So understand what's going on here, right? This is a bit of a sales job here, and that's cool. That's cool. And I'm not flooding the sales job, but also, I'm a grown man that can see through, see what's being presented to me, right? So this is a sales job, but people listening to this will now say, hey guys, we use ADP. Get this figured out at our job. Like, I just heard people say that they're getting paid by the second. Go figure this out. We're using ADP. Like, figure that out. Get Zebec for our payroll now. All right. So this is it's a bit of a sales job, but again, share this around to everybody. Do you want Zebec at your job? Does your job use ADP? Do we want to get Zebec further along? Right? Share this at your job. Make your job put wage link in your space. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you what to do, but if you own Zebec, right, it would just be advantageous to you, right? I'm kind of speaking to myself too, because my job has ADP. I might have to go see, hey, we need to be using this, right? And that just makes Zebec's job even better, right? So, yeah. So what they're doing is, and then definitely share this around, guys, because people are going to hear this, and this is just going to get Zebec into more spaces, quote unquote, pun intended a little bit there. This is going to get Zebec used more by giving these real world accounts. Brilliant job, guys. A brilliant job, Zebec. I don't know if you guys are listening to the video, Zebec, but I'm loving what you're doing here, Zebec. I love what you guys are doing here. This is a real world account from real world people, and this is going to get the product used by more people immediately. Wonderful job. Wonderful job.
And I think, Simon, this is testament to what you were saying earlier, right? Like financial freedom and being in charge of your own expenses, your own finance. Like it goes a long way, right, to be able to create tools like this, and then to hear people talk about how they use them. That's awesome.
It's a great to see it. And I mean, as in the trucking business, of course, there's a lot of use of pay cards when you think about it, right? Being able to pay expenses when you're on the road, cover your gas costs. So the Zebec cards for the trucking industry are much more than just getting your salary, right? It's about managing the cost of delivering the service.
Thanks for that education right there, Simon. So for the trucking industry, it's even better because they have a lot of, I guess, incidentals or things that they need to charge on the card, like gas and what have you. So in this particular industry, it seems like Zebec can be even more fruitful, and people can take even more advantage of being paid by the second.
Yeah, I love that.
Think about it, right?
Finance, like it goes a long way, right, to be able to create tools like this, and then to hear people talk about how they use them. That's awesome.
It's a great to see it. And I mean, as in the trucking business, of course, there's a lot of use of pay cards when you think about it, right? Being able to pay expenses when you're on the road, cover your gas costs. So the Zebec cards for the trucking industry are much more than just getting your salary, right?
Now, there are a lot of truckers in crypto, believe it or not. So this is a great sales job. And it's not even like when I say sales job, because for me personally, I have a problem sometimes with sales and marketing because it's like you're trying to influence me to do something like you're trying to influence me to do something that I wouldn't necessarily do. And that's the game and all of this. But this is sales and marketing for things that you're going to use, right? And that part about marketing, I love. So for people that are truckers that are listening to this, then they would want this now. So that part I'm loving. I'm loving that. I'm loving the marketing here. I'm loving the sales here. And they're totally reaching out to people who would want and need and use the product. So I don't know if they identified these people ahead of time, but amazing, because there are a lot of truckers in crypto, and I think this would completely call out to them.
It's about managing the cost of delivering the service.
Yeah, I love that. Randall, thanks for coming up, man. I really appreciate you taking your time there.
Yeah, no problem.
Love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have we got anyone else, guys? I'm not sure if we have anyone else that's due to come up. I mean, it's pretty good timing. If not,
we have a couple of minutes left, so let's open up the floor to others.
Yeah. Anyone else want to maybe raise a hand and
Yeah,
let us know?
I got a few requests. So Tim Golf Meta, I'm a add you, sir. Give me one sec. Hey Tim, are you there?
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Hey Tim, how are you, man?
Doing good. I'm just about to drop my son off at school, and I was actually excited to see you guys hosting a space, because I've been a firm believer in your guys' cryptocurrency for a while now, just like the whole credit card payment usage and whatnot. And I've been trying to tell people to get on board, but I guess they'll probably FOMO in when when it starts to really take off. So
yeah,
that's kind of how it goes. But I was trying to sign up for that card, but I just wanted to get a little more information about it.
Are you talking about our newest product, the Zebec Carbon Card?
What's that?
Are you talking about our newest product, the Zebec Carbon Card?
Yeah.
Well,
Simon, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Sorry.
Before we get into technicals on your specific case, I think we'll point you to some of our how-to materials, which we'll share later on Telegram or Twitter. But the Carbon Card is a great product. It's a game-changing product. 10K a day in spend, no fees, no KYC. So we highly recommend everyone checking that out, and it's available in over 100 countries.
Thank you, Simon, for jumping in with that. I was going to say exactly the same thing.
Let's try to get into one.
Where can people find the technical information about it, just to be able to
go to our website, card.zebec.io. All the information's there. Check our Twitter. We regularly post how-to videos. And if anyone in the audience is going to be in New York City for the Solana Accelerate conference, please stop by the new Solana Spaces store on Delancey Street. We will have representatives from Zebec there to sign you up for Zebec cards and even give away preloaded Zebec cards. So it's going to be a great.
Nice.
Wow, that's awesome. Wish I was in New York to take advantage of that. If anybody goes to that and they have a nice experience, let us know. Maybe we'll bring you on and send out an invite link, and you can tell us your experience on here, right? So let me know if any of you guys go to this event that Simon's talking about. I want to know how it was ran. I want to know who was there for Zebec. I want to know, I want to know how it went down, right? People want to know that stuff. So let me know if anybody goes and attends. Like, we'll send out an invite link during the show and have you come on and talk about it. So let me know, guys, if anybody attends that.
please stop by the new Solana Spaces store on Delancey Street. We will have representatives from Zebec there to sign you up for Zebec cards and even give away preloaded Zebec cards. So it's going to be a great.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Ben, just to
Oh,
hop
wow.
in real quick, the Spaces
Yeah.
store is gonna be live, I think, on May 19th is when it's opening. We are actually gonna be hopping on the Solana Spaces store AMA or Spaces that they're gonna be doing tomorrow.
Yep,
So
yep.
if you guys want to hop on, tomorrow on that, we'll do an announcement as well. So
Fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks for that. Okay. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate that. I hope that gives
Yes,
you
sir.
the information you need.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice one. Well, thank you for coming up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do we want to bring up one more?
Let's do one more, and then we wrap. So
Yeah.
who is the next audience member with a question or comment?
All right, XRP Panama.
Love that. Hey, XRP Panama, how you doing? Hello there.
All right, I don't think he's
No.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. How you doing?
Good. First of all, I want to thank you guys for putting this thing together. Learned so much. Been tracking you guys for a while. Seems like it's the real deal. And my question is this: as we're trying to grow on both sides of the aisle, I'm going to surprise you with this one. How do we possibly join your team? Is there a link or something that you guys looking to grow? Obviously, the client base, but people like myself, when we see a project, obviously, I am still really big and love XRP, but it's not all about just one chain. And I love what you guys are doing, and especially with the whole blockchain and incorporating this all together. I'd love and I'll just bow out if there's some opportunities to work with you guys. I'm probably not the only one on this call that's thinking the same thing. Maybe
I love that, man.
Maybe you could speak to a little bit about that, because that also speaks to growth, because the more people you have working with you, the faster things grow. So that was just my
man's trying to provide some value out there, bro. I'm loving it.
Comment and sort of question. Thank you.
First of all, we really appreciate the interest. It means a lot. I'd say we have a global workforce of around 50 around the world. We have a lot of members in the US as well as abroad. As we mentioned in this call, we have our payroll businesses in the US, which in turn employ additional people. So if you're interested in working with us, please reach out to us on Twitter or Telegram, and our HR department will see if there's a role that we could slot you in, because we definitely are always looking to hire great candidates. And on the client side, if you have any companies out there that would benefit from Zebec's payroll tools, send them our way, and we'd happily onboard them.
A quick question. Are you guys with the gyms? Are y'all working with any of the big chains? Because I got a friend that's a proprietor over 20 stores with right now the name slips my mind because there's so many of them. You guys working with any gyms?
We have a number of gym clients. Send them our way. I'm sure that there's a solution that they could use.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice one. Putting him to work straight away, Simon. I love that.
You have a strong community like us.
Sending y'all emails.
Sells itself.
Yeah, absolutely. XRP Panama, thank you so much for coming up. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, look, that we were never going to get it all in 30 minutes, but that feels like a nice point to stop at. Simon, I really, really appreciate you taking the time today to chat with me. This has been super interesting. Absolutely love where you're going with it. Think it's a really, really interesting perspective, and also like just very, very bold to go out there during a bear market and acquire a business like that, and now obviously super, super smart given the number of people that you're able to bring into your ecosystem and the different products that you're able to test and learn with. So really, really, really great stuff. Thanks so much for coming up and joining today.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Simon,
This was
still there.
Spaces again. Look out for another one in the next 2 weeks. We are trying to do spaces more regularly to keep our community abreast on all the exciting developments at Zebec. So we'll be making an announcement soon as to our next topic. But I hope everyone today learned a little bit more about what we're doing in the payroll space, how M&A fits into Zebec's broader vision for reshaping the financial ecosystem. Ben, thank you as always for being such a great host. Thank you, JJ, for
No worries, man. My pleasure, honestly.
and until the next one.
Yeah, great stuff.
Before we close, Ben, XRP Panama and anybody that has any people that want to apply some of our tools, feel free to email support@zebec.io and I can get you guys back through there just so it's easy.
Love that. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. Okay, love it. Thank you very much for joining. To the audience here today, really, really appreciate you all. To those who came up and spoke, brilliant. Tony, it was really great to get to meet you as well. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, I really like what I heard there, guys. Yeah, man, that was really good. That was really good. So not only did they address like any kind of payroll concerns, let us know what Paybridge's role is there, especially since there was a little bit of FUD there. And at the same time, they really, I think, sold their product to truckers and nurses, which I think I know there's a good deal of truckers in crypto. Nurses, I'm not necessarily sure. Not too many ladies in crypto. Shout out to Moonfeather there, one lady in crypto. Couple ladies here that listen to our show. Thank goodness. It's good to see. I love to see ladies in investing. Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm hearing here. So let's address you guys' comments, and I'm sure it's gonna spark some more things of what happened here. Good deal of comments. Let's go. I'm loving that. What's up, Jetpack J.O.? Definitely follow Jetpack, guys, if you haven't already. Let's go to his page right quick. And definitely over here. Follow me on X if you haven't already, where I have custom mind maps on X, on ZBCN at XPR. I have an XPR mind map here as well. If you mosey on down here, I did a mind map specifically on XPR, but most of them are Zebec centric or Zebec centric, Zebec centric. Some on Swift and Zebec because they are partnered through Nautilus Chain, and also one on Draper. So definitely like and subscribe to the X if you haven't already. We definitely want to get monetized over here. Okay. And if we get monetized, definitely that means I can bring more content and better equipment and things to you guys. But yeah, let's go to Bro Jetpacks. Definitely like and subscribe and follow Jetpack over here. Gives great Zebec content, as you can see right here. Am I at the top here? Yeah, why do we even get paid monthly or weekly, Brad Garlinghouse? And I saw a nice little thing that you did on that Jetpack. Let me see if I can find that. That was a good thing that you did there. Let me see. Okay, we are over here. Let me see if I can find that one right quick. Just a moment, guys. Nope, I don't have it. Okay, well, if you want to tweet that one to me right quick, Jetpack, I'll definitely play it. Oh, there it is. Huh. Got it. Perfect.
believe you get paid once a month. In the United States, you get paid once a month. In the United States, you get paid once every 2 weeks. Has anyone ever thought about why you get paid once a month or once every 2 weeks? It comes down to the friction of payments. And if we can remove the friction of payments, why can't you get paid every day? Or even.
And see, this is why I think there are some connections to Zebec and Ripple already. All right. I know he told Ripple to hold his beer, right? But at the same time, I think there might be something to like a connection to Ripple and XRP. And like Simon said, people have made the comparison before. So they're aware that we already kind of think this.
More crazily, why don't you get paid every hour or every second? You could have a stream of value showing up in your whatever a month or once every 2 weeks.
A stream of value. He's using all the I don't know if that's a Zebec specific term, but man.
It comes down to the friction of payments. And if we can remove the friction of payments, why can't you get paid every day? Or even more crazily, why don't you get paid every hour or every second? You could have a stream of value showing up in your whatever repository of value. Now, why you need to get paid every second, I'm not sure. But I do think there's a lot of dynamics that have been built around getting paid every 2 weeks or getting paid every month. And as we remove the friction of payments and make that dramatically easier, I think you're going to see secondary and tertiary effects that are very difficult to predict, just like we couldn't have predicted Grab 20 years ago. I believe you get paid one.
Okay, so shout out to Jetpack for that one. Okay, so let's continue here. Oh, wow. There's so many comments that we're losing comments. Okay, that's what's happening. Okay, well, let's just continue. Subject pack, okay, let's continue moving down here. Good thing is that we're in early. I agree there, Steve Mariano. What's up, Magic Hat? Sounds like real serious business, my kind of talk. Thanks, Ruel. Yo, Jetpack, have you ever researched the history behind the painting with Trump and Brad Garlinghouse and Stewart at Mar-a-Lago? No, I have not. This sounds interesting, though. This sounds like something I would like to see. You mean the green candles on the mantle behind them? Okay, gotcha. What is up, Creative Mary Mac? I'm an Uber driver paid onto my Uber card at the drop-off of each passenger. Okay. I didn't know Uber had it like that. No, I mean the painting of the two ships in the background. Okay, got you. Yep, that boat aspect of Zebec, and yeah. Okay. And Simon did say Zebec greater than XRP. He pretty much implied it. He didn't say it directly, right? Because I think there might be some type of relationship there, but he kind of said, hold my beer, XRP, 100%. Milk Bunny, make him say Zebec or Zebec. Is no one worried that this could be a rug? No, I'm not worried that it could be a rug, only because I've done the research here. I've connected all the companies together. Why would it? Why? I'm not sure why anyone would say that. Connected all the companies here together. BlackRock with Consensus and Circle, and through Circle, they're connected to Zebec or Zebec. We know Coinbase Ventures are connected to Zebec. We know that they have the cards working right now already. People are using the Zebec cards. I don't know how anyone could think it could be a rug because they're already being used. It's already being used. There's already a partnership. I'm not sure what else you want there. I really don't like that the top 10 holders have 60% of the coins. I think I think I can understand how you're feeling there, Steve Mariano. I can understand how you're feeling there. But when you look at things like Ripple and things like that, I can tell you right now, I've done research where I've seen that 8.7% of Ripple is in a Rothschild portfolio of the XRP token is in a Rothschild portfolio, 8.7% of it. Now, when you really think about what Ripple is going to be used for, and as far as like cross-border payments, and as far as like possibly being like the backing, almost a la like a gold for CBDCs, they're not just trying to rug somebody for what a little bit of millions of dollars. They're looking for this thing to be like a gold as far as XRP is concerned. Now, as far as Zebec is concerned, when you're working with a company like BlackRock, when you're working with a company like Circle, why do you need to rug? That's the thing that I'm saying. Like, okay, if this is like a Haktua coin or Andrew Tate coin, then you worry about a rug. But when you're working with a coin like this that is connected to Circle, connected to Visa, connected to MasterCard, connected to BlackRock, they're not trying to rug, bro. They're just simply not. Okay. I get what you're saying. Is JP Morgan worried? I got you for 100%. So Pete, XRP, and ZBCN are my top holdings now. Let's go. This is going to be insane. Zebec Zealots. I like that. Zebec Zealots. I like that magic hat. There it is. Diamond hands. Yes, he did. Yes, he did say Ripple hold my beer. Zebec and Quant and XCN are my top holdings. Nautilus equals and Sailor. Or Nautilus equals Sailor. Is that what you're saying, Jetpack? What's up, Crypto Crossroads Show? Zebec wants all the smoke. Let's highlight Crypto Crossroads channel as well as Moonfeather's channel. Like, if you guys go right to my channel here, you'll see all the past Zebec videos. I need to throw this in there too. This is my latest one where we went over Circle Payment Network as far as how it relates to Zebec. We also went over what Ripple buying Circle means for Zebec. We connected Zebec and Swift. Definitely go check out all these different videos. Definitely. Also, Max and I have made some connections with Zebec and Quant. Like, there's just so much Zebec content right here for you guys, right on the front page, as well as XCN, as well as Swift, as well as XBR. But if you mosey on down here, see some of my favorite channels, like Underdog Research Channel, Shook Focus Digital, Maximus Crypto, the Mooniverse, Gentleman of Crypto, Benzinga, Simon Family Investments, One-on-One Media, Crypto Future, the Ronin Experience, and others. I need to add the Crypto Crossroads Show to this. Check out his channel. Again, if you're looking at 68 subscribers and you're thinking, why so few subscribers? He just started his channel literally like a month ago. And I can tell you guys, this guy's in my Telegram. He shared some of the greatest information with me. So I know I definitely vouch for this guy's information. Okay. And I've checked out the videos and I can see he does a very good job of putting things together for folks. So definitely check out Crypto Crossroads Show. I know he has very, very great information, and the subscribers will come in time. he just started his channel, so definitely check him out. And let's go back here to Zebec. Scroll down to partners. Again, Circle, Stellar, Solana, WageLink, Paybridge, Aspire, Azure, which we just got to hear about today, MasterCard, Visa, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Ethereum Base, Binance, Celestia, Near. Gotta love it all. Nautilus equals Sailor. Okay, gotcha. Ice Baby, what's up? Sold 90% of my Zebec over weekend highs. I'll catch this train again at 0.001. Okay, if you think it'll get there, bro, I don't know. But taking profits is never a bad thing. Bringing that smoke, says Zebec. I wonder if XRP will actually do anything spectacular. I consider dumping some for Zebec. There's Zebec. You guys have to make those decisions on your own. I own XRP. I own Zebec. Both are probably they're probably number 1 and number 2 in my bags too at this point. Especially since Zebec has grown up so much as far as the price is gone. They're probably number 1 and number 2 in my bag too. Followed by what is number 3 as far as dollar value goes? Probably LCX is probably number 3. No, it's either LCX or Swift, one of the two. So yeah, but Swift or ZBCN, Zebec, and XRP are 1 and 2 on my list right now as far as cost of the bags. Those of us on Zebec right now are going to make stupid money. I like how he put it there. I like how he spelled it, bro. It's like stupid money. What's up, Mouse 61? Zebec is ready 100%. Zebec is going to, what's up, Bugatti 11? I don't know about $100, bro. This bull run, my price target is from 5 to 10 cents. That's where my price target is for Zebec in this bull run, 5 to 10 cents, which is still a lot. All right. So if it gets to 5 cents and you have 20 million, that means you'll have $1 million USD. If you have 10 million, that means you'll have $500,000 USD. If it gets to 5 cents, it gets to 10 cents, boy. That means if you have 10 million, then you have $1 million USD. Digital money, diamond hands, Ice Baby wrecked. Who bought the ZBCN dip today? I loaded up another 50K. All right. Hit her all day. Wow, I was up a lot more than I put in and didn't sell jack. Must be crazy. I won't sell for car money in the long haul. Yep. I mean, if you guys want to play the whole long and short game, that's up to you. But shout out to the patrons. We're gonna do some futures trading and try to take advantage of long and short moves as far as leverage goes. But for ZBCN, I'm in for the long haul of my price target, right? Which is 5 to 10 cents. So little pullbacks, we can expect that, right? If you know how to read charts a little bit, you can understand when pullbacks happen as far as, let me close that. As far as it goes with things like RSI, then you really understand and know that pullbacks happen, right? Let me see. This should be. So it's nothing unexpected. It went all the way up to 0.0021 or 22 or something like that. So a pullback was bound to happen, right? So This is how coins move. Let me see. Here. Sorry, I gotta move this. This did not. Okay, I'm not sure why it's that's in the wrong spot. But anyway. Okay, you guys can't even see it anyway. That's fine. Let me continue on. Now, will Zebec be on the XLM smart chain in the future? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Phantom Beat. It's on their chain right now, but are they building a different smart chain? Because I know they're working on Soroban, and with Soroban, they're going to bring smart contracts to the chain. So I'm not sure what you mean by smart chain. I sold none so far. I plan on holding till at least a penny, then taking a little. Well, okay, all of that, those comments just got gone. I'm still far up in the profits. Won't sell Jack. You don't sell ZBCN. You hodl. ZBCN has to be in the top 5. I understand the competitive nature. What's up, XRP Shillion there? I understand the competitive nature, but Ripple is institution facing. I like to see a comparison of customers from the two. Yep. John got 1 million. Zebec, let's freaking go. Let's go. Jetpack, Coinbase Ventures, and Binance are with Zebec. Only a matter of time before listing. I 100% agree on that. Are we really bullish on it? This will be life changing. I'm very bullish on it, man. Why don't they have a listing now? Market top too low. See, this is the thing with listings, people that don't really understand. Like a lot of times when they're listed on a big exchange, they actually dump out. Okay. So the fact that Zebec is harder to get, I think that's a thing that's purposeful right now. They could have easily just listed this guy on Coinbase, but I really think this is a purposeful move why it's not listed on Coinbase right now. Okay, so you think about certain coins and where they're listing at, like ZBCN is listed on Uphold, but it's not on Coinbase. You think about coins like Swift blockchain. It's on Coinbase, but it's not on Uphold. So like reduction of where people can get these coins, I think that's kind of purposeful. That's just how it works. Sometimes when you're early, it seems like it feels too easy. You wreck yourself. That's true. That's true. Right. And we can just point at a coin like XCN. Forever, that boy did not move. Forever, it did not move. Until it did. And boom. Look at that, bro. Look at that. For like forever, it was just languishing down here in this point, like 000 area until it went to the 0.02 area. Then came back down. Now, I don't know necessarily that Zebec is going to do this where it comes all the way back down to the 0.503 area. I'm not sure. But then went from that all the way up to 0.5 area. Then dwindled back down to 6, and then boom. From 1 all the way up to about 5 cents and down. Now imagine where it's going, right? Probably 14 cents, 30 cents more, right? But pretty much in less than right? Like a year. This boy went from triple zeros in November of 2023 to January, say, the end of January of 2025 to 5 cents. So that literally was like a year and 2 months. It went from triple zeros to 5 cents. I'm sure that made billionaires. I'm absolutely positively sure that made millionaires. Triple zeros to 5 cents in a year and a half. No, I'm sorry, a year and 2 months. Craziness. Still losing comments, y'all. Sorry. Yes, made it to a live before knocking out. I feel you, Moon Feather. I feel you on that one. I don't actually think we get to the bottom again. Oh, yeah, I don't think so either. Maybe a retest to 0.04, which is just what we saw here, right, with XCN. So it's funny you mentioned that. Maybe a retest to 0.04, but I don't think we're going down to 0.001. I agree with you completely on that. So yeah, maybe 0.004 or 0.0014, maybe 0.1 or 0.0015. So when I say when I say 14, I mean with 2 zeros in front, or 0.2 zeros in front. So maybe to 14 or 15, but we're definitely not going back to 1. Okay, 0.001. Okay, so I agree with that all day. Don't hold your breath, dude. Only up from here. Been holding a higher support really nicely. Bitcoin 97.2K. Let's go. Thanks, Drew, for always keeping us informed during the FUD. 100%, man. No problem. Because remember, we went down to 777, or actually we went down to 0007 actually. And I was telling you guys, like, hey, we've seen this before, and look at us now, right? So thank you for acknowledging that, brother. I really appreciate that. I couldn't think of a better word than boned. I'm sorry, guys. Effed. Jacked up. Yeah, that's all I got for you. The power of streaming payments, 100%. And I definitely hit Crypto Clay's $20 super chat. Really appreciate it. Don't forget you can catch the show on X. Thank you, Shook Focus Digital. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And did we hit up Shook's channel? I'm not sure if we did, but I want to go back and do that right quick. Definitely go check out Shook's channel, guys, if you haven't already. Let's see the latest show that Shook's done. So yeah, I was one over here on XPR. Definitely go check it out. And he also features me as a recommended channel. Shout out to our brother Shook Focus Digital over here. The XCNologist, the preeminent penultimate guy for XCN. And also definitely check out Moonfeather over here, guys, if you haven't already. The JP Morgan quote, millionaires don't do astrology, billionaires do, right? And I completely know that that's the truth. Check out the show, me, Moonfeather, Crypto Ronan, and Anon Mystic did. If you go to Moonfeather's lives, you'll see it right here. Stocks, stars, and the crypto connection. Let's go. So definitely go check it out. And let's go back here to here and boom, boom. Much love to you as well, Mooney. Appreciate you. And ADP and X Exec are overseeing Zebec. Yes, that is correct. Go check out my mind maps in which we show you here. Where is it? There we go. Lisa Robbins, former CFO of ADP, George Steckert, former president of ADP, all on Zebec's team. So definitely check that out. So like and subscribe where you can get that over on X. Of course, Patreon people get information like this first. ZBCN taking a pit stop on its way to the moon. Again, remember how we just showed you how quickly XCN did it. Year and 2 months. We're already in the cycle right now of it, right? So we're like right here, if you can almost think about that, right? So what was that? December. So we got maybe less than a year, right? And remember all the catalysts we have coming up. We have Trump doing a gala or something on the 22nd of this month. We have ISO going live for FedWire on July 14th. We got ISO 20022 going live for the world in November 22nd. So we have so many more catalysts coming up. We have more Zebec spaces. We have zero capital gains tax. Hasn't been officially announced, even though they told us it was coming. Hasn't been officially announced for American cryptocurrencies, and Zebec is an American cryptocurrency. We have tons and tons of catalysts that have yet to be announced that are coming, and we know they're coming. Okay, so it might not even take as long as a year and a month for us. It may be very much less. May not have to wait until it could be towards the end of November once all of ISO is announced and all of that. It could be very well the end of November, right? So I'm loving it. Hit the likes, definitely hit the likes, like and subscribe, guys, for sure. And if you're on the X side of the platform, definitely come over and like and subscribe to the YouTube because we're monetized on YouTube. But yeah, like and subscribe on X so we can get monetized there as well. Hit the likes, tell it rude, pay it every day. Zebec, let's go. What's up, Michael Locke? What's up, Anthony Hall, frequent watcher? I appreciate you, brother. And I see you making comments on the videos too. Appreciate that as well. It's my money and I want it now. Call Zebec Network. Let's start. Relationships. Ruel's the man. Appreciate you, Pascal Holdy. I'm going to say Holdy. What's up, Pascal? Kid Graybo, $. Let's go. DJ got bands, 15 cents at least this bull run. So DJ got bands. His top end is just a little bit bigger than mine as far as, whoa, pause. The top end of his estimate is a little bigger than mine. No diddy. Sup, Pascal Hody, awesome research fan I am. Appreciate it, brother. Crypto Clay, my daughter Liberty says, what's up? Oh, that's cool, man. Really nice name for your daughter. I love that name. My daughter's name is Moonlight. I love it. Liberty, that's a real awesome name, man. And I appreciate a what's up from the daughter. Tell her thank you for the what's up. That's really kind. Love it, bro. Or maybe that was to Jetpack. I don't know, but I'm going to say what's up to your daughter anyway. Shout out to Crypto Clay. Appreciate it, brother. Liberty, cool name. Yeah, I think so too. She says thanks. Cliffhome, brother, ZBCN 170 this bull run. I don't know about that, bro. But hey, if it happens, I'm gonna keep a bag always. So if it happens, I'm gonna be running through the streets, bro. Appreciate that, Pascal. Rue deserves more followers. Hey, everybody could follow me right now. I really appreciate it. And those who are also in the recording, definitely like and subscribe as well. Peasants still chasing these worthless coins. I feel you, bro. I feel you. When the answer is like kind of just right in front of you, why not? Just, you know what I mean? Of course, be a little diversified. XRP, Zebec, Stellar. There's some coins, Velo, right, that we could definitely be diversified in, and I'm diversified in all of those coins. But yeah, I don't see why you're out, why people would be out here chasing like, you know, hawk to a coin when, you know, you got Zebec right in front of you, right? Ocean View Coffee Shop. I've been there, girl. That's hilarious, bro. Funky action. I'd be happy with 4 to 5 cents ZBCN. That would be a 20x for me. Let's go. Steve Moreno. 5 cents would be nice. 50x for me. LOL. I'm buying more Zebec now. Let's go. Funky action. No rate cuts and QE in play. How does this affect ZBCN for the pumps for this bull run? I know everybody likes the whole no rate cut stuff like that. And to me, it's like I just really don't pay too much attention to that. I pay more attention to, okay, when is ISO live? When are these, you know, when is the zero capital gains tax for cryptos coming? What next announcement is Zebec going to make as far as like, remember they told us they have 350 to 500 agreements already signed. So those things I think are more bullish for ZBCN in the long run. And we already know those are signed and done and coming. So when those happen, we don't know other than the ISO ones. We know that ISO is happening 7/14 and 11/22. But those things I think are more important than anything that Powell was going to say about a rate cut. That's just my own personal opinion. My bags are packed. Let's freaking go. Sounds scripted. Most Skrilla, yeah. In a certain sense, it is scripted, and those things should be, right? Okay, what questions are you going to ask me? These are the questions we're going to ask. These are, you know, it should be scripted in a bit. But those calls, those weren't necessarily scripted. I don't think they were scripted. Maybe they did pick a couple people that they were going to speak to, but you could tell that they weren't fully scripted because that one guy came up and was like, I need to figure out how to use the card. And he told them where to go to get the card. So, you know, yeah. The calls are going to be scripted like that, right? They chose to talk about payroll today, so they talked about payroll today, and you know they knew which questions they were going to ask, and that's cool. That's fine. What was just beeping there? I promise you, that's not my smoke alarm. Even though I swear to goodness, sometimes I can't hear those out smoke alarms. I can't hear the little ding on them. But in this case, pause. In this case, this is not my smoke alarm. This is my crypto alarm. Is that Zebec that's doing that? Okay, there we go. That is Zebec. There we are. Yes, marketing. There's nothing out there like Zebec. Crypto Clay, I'm about to do the same, trying to get at least 4 to 5 mil. This is so good. Thank you, Rue. You're very welcome. This is call for corporate. Yeah, like this should be scripted. They plan to go 30 minutes. They hit us with all that information in 30 minutes. And, you know, they opened up the floor for people. You know, I think the first couple people, at least they knew were going to come on and talk. And, you know, they said what they said. Of course, but they're real people. I have no doubts that those were real people that were actually a nurse and actually a trucker that used the product, and it reduced what happened to them with pay loans and stuff like that. I have no doubt about that. You know, But yes, calls like that should follow a specific plan. If they weren't, it would be messy and it would actually look worse to me if it was just not scripted. I know we're in a world where we think like a lot of things have to be like it's better if it's like YouTube and we're watching like or at least Gen Z's watching like CJ So Cool and all these different people doing their little real world actions. But no, this is corporate. Like Ocean View Coffee Shop is saying, this should be buttoned up. There should be a script, and this it should have went that way. That's how it should have been. Less we can go. ZBCN. There are levels to the ZBCN 100%. I get paid onto a car Ubering. Deposits at drop off. That's why I was attracted to this. Thank you for letting us know that, Creative Mary Mac. Yeah, and again, like I said before, that this could work really well for things like Uber, like things like nurses, things like trucking, things for things like that. Yeah, I'm really attracted to this too, and I'm definitely going to see if we can get this in my day job. So I'm going to have to reach out to them and see if they can give a talk to our HR, because I know we use ADP. Hell yeah, DJ. Over 2 mil and still buying. Got me 10 million ZBCN. We'll be getting more on the dips and enjoy the ride of 2.05 and possibly higher. And see, that's the way to do it, Funky Action, 100%. Because throughout this ride up, just like I showed you with XCN, there are going to be dips, right? Just take advantage of the dips, right? Throughout this time, they're going to be hitting us with news of different announcements, different people they've signed card deals with. Whenever the freaking zero capital gains tax goes live for American cryptocurrencies, that's probably going to be a huge pump up. There's just so much more coming, and yeah, I'm very excited for it. Smash the like button and show some love. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Moonfeather. Thank you for that. Keeping people on task out here. Yeah, bro. I have 3 million stake right now. Let's go. Little over 20 milli here and still stacking. Let's go. Liquidity is pretty dry at the moment. I don't see ZBCN going higher than February top until new money floods in. Well, money is flowing in throughout people understanding and learning about it. But again, I don't think it's going to matter too much because all these new announcements are going to be happening. They're going to be used by other people, other ADP clients, and other ADP clients are going to be like, oh, they got a cryptocurrency? Maybe this is something I should be picking up. Maybe this is something I should have in my hands since ADP is using them. That's generally what happens. People are like, okay, so my company's using crypto and this crypto is connected to ADP. So people are naturally going to find out just through that, just like they had the people on a phone call, the nurse, the trucker. So people finding out about it is going to be pretty inevitable because of the clients, ADP's clients who are going to be using it. All the teachers, all the nurses, the Uber drivers, all of that. So, I mean, as more people find out about my channel, other channels that are talking about the ZBCN, so I don't think we too much have to worry about liquidity or anything like that. They're just gonna get more, just period. So yeah. Pay bi-weekly, no thanks. Pay daily, instantly, yes, please. 100 billion max and circulating bullish. And of course, as different projects say get Zebec instant cards, people are going to find those projects are going to put more people into the onboarding. So there are already built-in ways for people to find out more about Zebec as far as liquidity goes. because they're going to onboard people to Zebec cards. They're going to onboard people via ADP. And crypto content creators like myself, like Maximus Crypto, like others are already out here talking about it. So again, I don't think that's too much of a worry. Buy and stake all you can now and then keep compounding. Okay. Yep. Just like people kind of found out about XRP, right? The people that spoke in the space today are all their accounts were created this month and only have one follower. People that spoke in the space today, all their accounts were created this month and have only one follower. Well, as far as the nurse and the trucker, maybe they did not have space accounts. That's not too surprising. But as far as like Simon and Tony, those were the two people that we were really concerned about speaking. Those are the people we wanted to hear from. When they said that they were going to have a payroll space and bring Paybridge up, those were the people that we were concerned about hearing speak. So any of the other people, as far as like people from the community or people that they knew used their Zebec card that they have speak, yes, they probably chose those people to speak. But it was probably someone that they knew used the Zebec card, and they asked them, would you be willing to talk about the Zebec card and say how it's helped you out? Okay, what do you plan on saying about it? That's great. Let's bring you onto the space. There's nothing wrong with that in my mind. There's nothing at all wrong with that. In that they very much advertised their card, and anybody listening who is a trucker or a nurse would now say, my company, get this card. We need this. I want to get paid immediately, like these people. So all of that is business, right? And I think it's good business. That's my personal opinion on it. Money is going to flood in, brother. Don't you worry. I'm thinking a week to 10 days before we see the next leg up, but just my opinion. What's up, Funky Action? Yeah, that's a good thing. And again, I do like the moon cycles. Moon Feather knows this. If you look at cryptocurrency, this is free alpha, free game I'm going to be giving you guys here. The moon cycles, that's something to watch. We'll look at it on Bitcoin, right? I'm not even putting it behind a payroll wall. So definitely, I hope you guys get a wallet or something, just to appreciate the information that I'm going to give you right now. That would be just very nice. So if we look at Bitcoin, right, and we look at, let's take a look at Swift, actually. Let's look at the day chart, and let's bring up the moon cycles. Okay, so one thing you kind of can notice from this, just a little bit, right, is with the full moon happens, it seems to be more of a bullish part for Swift. You can see that same kind of pattern here with XCN. You can see the same pattern with XRP. So when people are talking about, astrology, and as far as it is concerned with cryptocurrency, the moon patterns seem to be something that really, really functions well with cryptocurrency and coins. Happens in the stock market too. Jasmine, you can see it a little bit less, but it's there. When the full moon happened here, it went up a little bit. When the full moon happened here, it went up. Not so much right there. not so much right here, even though you could say that because you can see right after full moon it went green. You can see it here too. So, it's not 100% of the time, but it's at least 70% of the time. And that's what you really want to see as far as developing a game plan, a winning game plan for things like this. So, yeah. So as far as what you were talking about in 10 days, right? Just you can see the dark moon here and the dark moon here. What's happening in 10 days? Another full moon, right? Is basically where I'm going with that. So, in another full moon, perhaps we get another bullish time. And really, that information should be probably behind a paywall. But here, I'm giving you that, guys, that part, that nice information there. 10 cents. Yep. 7. Oh, two accounts double the support. 10 cents. 7 million and climbing. Let's go. What's up, Van Jacobs? ZBCN breaking support. What's up, and dude James? Get ZBCN while it's cheap. Again, guys, yeah, get it while it's cheap, right? Of course. I know people are always like, oh, when is the pullback? When is the pullback? Let's go back to ZBCN, right? Let me get rid of this indicator. This is just a precedent and a kind of to look at, right? So if you think back here when it was at 0002 and now 0006, right? If you bought any time in this area, even if you would have bought at the top at 0.0003, when it got to 5 cents, that was a bargain. You see what I'm saying? So any point at this point was a bargain, even if you bought here, right? This is not financial advice. I'm just showing you a precedent of what should one had bought XCN at this point in time, how it would have been a bargain. And if one thought about, okay, I'm buying at 0.002 or I'm buying at 0.0016, and then looking at it when it's at 1.6 cents, even if you bought at that height, right, you're up 10x. Or is that 1,000x? Or I think it's 1,000%, but it's like 10x. Or is it? I think so. I think it's 10x. Or I think 1,000% and 10x are the same thing. But anyways, you be up a lot. So yeah. And then when it goes to 5 cents, then you really would have been up a lot. So bottom line right now is a bargain. I think people will look back at now being a bargain, right? Everybody buy. 10 cents will be a thing of the past. Yep. Bullish. I'm staying super bullish on ZBCN. I'm literally eating buttered noodles and putting everything I earn on Zebec. I love it, bro. Dedication, bro. Dedication. And, it takes this dedication like this, right? To be like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice now so I can win in the future, right? I love that. I love that, bro. I love that. And dude, Jeets, we have to go. We need 50K diamond hands. I sold my DAG for ZBCN. Let's freaking go. Not suggesting you do that, but that's what Nerdy X90 did. You guys had me rolling looking through these comments while this was playing. 15 million is the goal. Got you, Van Jacobs. Let's go. Nurses make bank, especially in certain states. But man, do some of them love to spend their money like it's nothing, bro. I tell me about it. I know. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Some so Zebec offering this service to them to hospitals makes sense. Yes, indeed. Ladies, like lady nurses, like or just nurses. Let's not just single out the ladies, but nurses come like yeah. I know what you're saying, bro. I know what you're saying, bro. Like everybody, right? Like, you know, people are gonna spend their money how they want to, bro. I guess, you know, all we can do is just present Zebec to them, right? Quant is my BTC, and Zebec is my XRP. Facts. Balls deep in ZBCN right now. ZBCN is my favorite play right now, stacking on the dips and watching it rip. Bars. Stacking on the dips, watching it rip. Let's go. Van Jacobs, let's not sleep on XPR. As you saw, guys, I do have an XPR playlist. you guys are killing me right now. My balls and all my friends' balls are right in there on ZBCN. Got no XPR, stacking up on my current plays, not adding anything new to the mix, but XPR is a great play. I got XPR too, and so do I. Don't forget XEN, got that as well. I hope y'all looking at Metallicus and Metal Blockchain. Yes, we are. In fact, again, just did a show in which I compared them. Let's go here, highlight Mooney again, and then go back. You can see I compared them. Circle Payment Network, massive news for Zebec and XPR. I got to add that to the playlist here, but you can see here we have a few different videos on XPR, one in which me and Max did a partner collaboration. So definitely check that out, guys, if you haven't already. Girlfriend Zebeca. Zebeca, not Zebeca, but Zebeca is waking up and she angry. This is serious. I love the carbon card and easy to get and to use. Let's go. XEN, Swift C, ZBCN, Jasmine, those are my main plays. I sold 90% of my XRP at $3 to buy those for. Yeah, those are some of my top plays as well. Like I said, it's Swift C. Well, top two are XRP and Zebec, Swift C, and now LCX. Those are my top four. Could we see a retest at 14? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think we get that low. I think we don't go lower than 16.0016. But who knows? We should see. We must see $1, says Magic Hat. Got it at 0.34 on the XRP. Got my profits from it. The new Solana phone will be a powerful instrument if Zebec is integrated. Ooh, Stan, that's an interesting thought there. It's an interesting thought. I think Ripple will buy Zebec. Oh, is that Zebec again? At 17? Is that what's going on? Oh, that's XCN. Is XCN going up while we're talking about it? That's nice. All right, now go ahead, XCN. You can keep going up. That's fine. Brazil, Familia de Pedro on here. Let's go. Representing Brazil. Let's go. Don't turn around with the eyes. If Ripple buys Zebec, does that skyrocket price? Maybe, but I think Zebec is fine right now by its own. I don't know that especially after what we heard today, I don't know that that Zebec will want to be bought. But I think there are Ripple and Zebec connections already. Either way, I think Zebec is just fine, or Zebec is fine. HiveMapper, Helium Mobile, Virtuals AI, and Zebec. Solana Seeker will not lose. Yep, they're already partnered with HiveMapper. Zebec is partnered with HiveMapper right now. Why do these calls seem so scripted? Well, they are scripted in a certain way, right? And that is on purpose, and it should be scripted, or otherwise it would be messy. You have 30 minutes to have the call. You want to get through certain things. That makes sense. It just makes sense. Certainty adds liquidity. Yes, it would, but Zebec won't sell to anyone. Yep. So good. Just the utility and the reach of the ecosystem. So necessarily, Ripple and Zebec will work together 100%. What happens if Ripple does buy Circle with Zebec? I have a whole show on that. Definitely come check that out. This under is Zebec news update. Zebec taking off. What if Ripple buys Circle? What does that mean for Zebec? Definitely check that show out here from 4 days ago. It's right here in the Zebec playlist. Okay. So I have a little quick Zebec news thumbnail. Exciting times, 100%. Circle is happening. Zebec would be bullish for a Zebec Ripple SUD pair. Let's go. So excited about Zebec. It's the future, 100%. Zebec checks all the boxes, 100%. What's up, Familia de Pedro? Still. What up, Zebekikins? Zebekians. Zebekians. Yes, Zebekians. What's up, Zebekians? Crypto Life. Delta Goes Zero. Stellar and Zebec. Let's go. Bullish. Japak JO, the GOAT. Boom. Zebec has many different categories. It covers the multi-narrative asset. Yes, indeed. Remittances, payroll, payroll advance, instant cards, yield, like stablecoin yield, cross-border payments. There's so many. Man, it's falling after I bought more. Again, when it gets to 5 cents, when it gets to 1 cent, whatever you bought right now is a bargain. Not financial advice or whatever, but that's how we have to start looking at these things. Try to buy on dips when you can, but if you didn't buy on a certain dip, think about, okay, well, what does this look like when it's at 1 cent? What does it look like when it's at 2 cents? What does it look like when it's at 5 cents? What does it look like when it's at 10 cents? Right? So that's just my view on it. Jetpack is the man. Big BG. Sounds like it. Y'all need to thank Nerdy if y'all hold DAG on decent. Nerdy was a culprit of that listing. Let's go. What's up, Delta Goes Zero? Okay, Nerdy's a big man around here, bro. Love it. And appreciate you watching me, brothers, both of you. Anyone ever wonder why Brad Garlinghouse is the only crypto CEO that rolls around everywhere with armed guards, asking for a friend? Yeah, well, I would think if somebody really wanted to take out the CEO of XRP, I could think of some people wanting to take out the CEO. Like, I'm not saying that anyone should or anything like that. I'm just saying that, like, he's one of the CEOs of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the world, right? So, bro probably needs armed guards. I wonder if Vitalik Buterin runs around with them too. I know there are like pictures of him just like by himself in the airport, but I think it just really speaks to what XRP is going to be, right? That bro needs armed guards. Just saying. Matthew Granger, Zebec to the moon. Simon was like, Zebec has a working product. Anthony Hall, lots of Filipino nurses sending money to the Philippines. Got you. Yeah. Zebec for remittance, right? For real. Then there are a lot of Filipino nurses, right? Yeah. Getting paid every second definitely sounds like ZBCN. Bomb Noit. I'm not sure what that means. What's up, Drake Lenz? Cannabis coracle. 49K plus holders. 10% more holders in a week. So freaking bullish. Let's go. Jetpack, cool name. What's good, Ruel, in the chat? I'm excited to see your leverage ideas in the Patreon. 100%. Let's get that going. I'm going to start videos on that and realize, like, the first videos we start on it, it's just it's going to be a process. So be on the lookout for that. Probably record one of those maybe tomorrow, actually. Zebec minimizes intermediaries and banking delay. I'm a trucker. See, there we go. Mr. Mac, thank you. I'm a trucker in crypto, and I can confidently say that this would revolutionize trucking. Awesome content, Rue. I appreciate the work and research you do. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Mac, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. And it's good to see it from first-person view from a actual trucker, right? So shout out to you, brother. Liberty wants to know, have you ever seen the rain? I have seen the rain, Liberty. I'm not sure, again, if you're talking to somebody else in the chat or me, so I'm going to assume me. Yes, I have seen the rain. Not too big of a fan of the rain because I'm from Michigan and it rains a lot there. From Detroit. Michigan can be cloudy, like, I swear to goodness, like 280 days out of the year. That's why I like Arizona a lot better. Less rain here. A breakdown of Michigan and Arizona weather there. Only news are flooding ZBCN. Crypto Light for salute. Lion Padua. Ripple could handle the macro cross-border transfer of funds, while Zebec can handle the micro distribution of funds and real-time payroll. I know that's one thing. My guy, Blue Collar Crypto, shout out to him. He's doing some real good content on X with with ZBCN. I know he was kind of talking about Zebec possibly being the interledger, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I know me and Max were talking about it, and I guess Ripple already has some sort of interledger, like in between ledger, but it's really interesting to think of Zebec as an interledger. I think that's there's something to that. There's something to that. Jetpack, did you look into the painting? I will confirm. It will confirm so much stuff. Now you got me going on that painting, Crypto Clay. I'm gonna have to hunt that down after this, man, and look at it. No such thing as coincidence. It definitely isn't, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to hunt that down, bro. Crypto Clay, I can see the connections. I'm already in, but somehow I still have FOMO. I love that, bro. I'm already in, but somehow I still have FOMO. Trust me, Nerky. I'm so there with you, bro. I'm like, I got tons of ZBCN, but I somehow still think it's not enough because it ain't. It really ain't. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Nerky 0309. Appreciate you. Crypto Clay with the wink. Creative Merrimack. I found your channel researching Zebec news, first time communicating. I appreciate that. I'm glad my channel is coming up for researching Zebec news, man. I'm really glad. Those tags are really working out here. Those tags for your videos, my videos are really working out. Thank you, Creative Merrimack, and really happy to have you here. Rue definitely heavy on the symbolism as well. That's the language of the elite. If you know, you know 100%. Just think about it, guys. Donald Trump's having a gala on 5/22 of the year 2025. So 5/22 of the date, right? Which adds up to 9. 5 + 2 + 2 on 2025, which if you take the 0 away, 2 + 2 + 5 is 9. So it's literally the inverse. The inverse 5/22 2/25, and both of those are 9. Like these dudes, like they do this, bro. They do this, and I know people were like, oh no, but they could have picked any date, but they chose to have a gala on that day. Man, stop it, guys. Like I'm telling you, I know we're trained to think it's all BS, but it's definitely something to pay attention to. It's definitely something to pay attention to. So where is it that he said he'd have a gala? There it is. Trump gala dinner on May 22nd, 2025. Yeah, you can't write this stuff, bro. You can't write it. But there it is, right? Telling you, bro. So Rue is on point with his analysis and his connections. Thank you so much, Cannabis Coracle. Joshua Joseph, what happens with Solana? Well, Solana, with that Visa connection, I think that's why Solana is used there. I'm not sure exactly what you mean there, Joshua Joseph, if you can elaborate. Or yeah. Futters do not research, just ask questions. Hey, Rue, what do you think Zebec will reach 50 cents? That's a tall task, but could it? Maybe, but I think to be more conservative, 5 to 10 cents would be the area to look at. There's 100 billion tokens. I think that's right? 100 billion. Let me double check that. So it would be pretty hard to reach 50 cents. I'm just being kind of like really realistic here. I think 5 to 10 cents is more the area. Yeah, I'm right. 100 billion. And this is usually what payment coins have as a coinage, 100 billion. 78 billion are circulating right now. Remember, we've shown you examples of coins that have gotten to 10 cents in the bull run, which I'm going to show you right now. AMP. The reason I use AMP as an example, because it's pretty much, it's like 99.6 billion. So it's pretty much 100 billion supply. And then last bull run, they don't show it fully, but you can see here all-time high was June 21, June 15 of 2021. And they have this starting at somewhere in 2022. So you can see here, it definitely did make it to 12, past 10 cents in the last bull run. Other example of that would be reserve rights. 100 billion, just like Zebec. Made it to 0.119 cents. And the 2021 bull run, April 15th. So that's another example of something with the near same tokenage. Oh, I don't know why my mouse is acting dumb here. As Zebec. And they again don't show you all the way. Oh, yeah, they do show pretty much all the way back to that time. Yeah, so they do with this one. So you can see it can be done with this tokenage up to 10 cents. We have two precedents, okay? Two coins that have done it in a bull run, right? Zebec has not hit his bull run yet. It hasn't had a bull run yet. So, that's why I'm saying, even to be more conservative, hey, let's shoot for 5 cents. If it gets to 10, even better, right? But I think 5 to 10 cents is a good range. Just being really realistic and truthful with you. I could be like, oh, it's going to $1, like some of those guys that do stuff like that. But to be realistic, I think 5 to 10 cents. Oh, it's going to $2. 1,000x, 2,000x. But to be most realistic, I think 5 to 10 cents, which at 0.002 or 0.00, when I came on here and I was like, oh, it's at 0.00 when it was like 0009. And I was like, 20 million would make you a millionaire. People were just like, there were only 5 people out of the 3,000 that watched it that were mad, but some people were actually mad at that. See, there we go. Creative Mary Mac, I found it at 0.00098, right? So there we go. It's deeper than just symbolism. It's the meaning of the painting that defines the entire transition. And that's the thing people don't get to. Like, it's deeper than the symbolism. Some things are hidden in plain sight. It's just how the world works. But we're so trained to think, oh, everything is BS except what the information we're fed. You got to look beyond what you're fed. You got to look beyond what you're just regularly taught. But, that's just how I feel about things. What up, TK? Jetpack 0.007. Let's go. Some really good prices where people have got in on this. I loaded up at 0.0008 again at like 0.0012 and again at 0.0077, like 0.007s. Shout out to CKJ News, of course, and Crypto Future. Definitely fans of Crypto Future on here. I've been on his channel, and I know I've seen CJK News' work. I really like the brother's work. I should definitely try to reach out and do I don't know if he does collaborations or not, but it would be cool to do a collaboration with him. Bro has some really good work, man. I definitely seen this stuff before. But shout out to Crypto Future. Let me highlight his channel if you guys haven't gone over there. And he is on my list of guys that I watch here. Definitely shout out to Crypto Future if you guys haven't seen his show before. Really appreciate going on this show. I need to go on this show again at some point. And I also frequent. I do watch CJK news and stuff. Bro does some good work. He does some good work. I should reach out to him. I'm sure you guys would love to see a collaboration. That would be really awesome. CJK Bullzilla, let's go. Joshua Joseph, kind of concerning. ZBCN is on Solana. With what happened to Solana the other day, you know what? There's always going to be something that happens with like certain cryptocurrency exchanges. This was the certain cryptocurrency blockchains. This was the other one that I pointed out for like, definitely go watch the episode that I did, guys, about FUD, right? I said it. I was like, FUD, we've seen this before, right? We've definitely seen this before. And Solana was FUDed all the way down to $13, right? So that day that Zebec was FUDed all the way down to triple 0077, I came on here and I said, where's that show, man? Solana was FUDed all the way down to $13, right? Oops. So sorry about that. Let's see here. Let's go to lives. So let me see if I can find it. Were those on? Was it a tape show? I don't think it was. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Right here, right in front of me. Zebec, World Liberty White Block Partnership, FUD. We've seen this before, okay? And I go into, we've seen FUD with Solana. We've seen FUD with XCN. And it was one other cryptocurrency. I'm not sure which. But like they do these things, right? It's more important to understand like who's behind these cryptocurrencies, and because they will FUD you out, and you will think, okay, never touch this again, and then it takes off. So let me show you what I mean with Solana. I could just show you on the price target, but definitely check out that past show. I won't go too much into it because I went really in depth on the show about it. But kind of after the Sam Bankman-Fried thing, they FUDed Solana all the way down to $13. All the way down to $13. There was a certain people, I'm not going to mention them because these people, at least this one person, has sued people before. So, you know, allegedly they FUDed it down to $13. And then what happened? Boom. So I really, I know it's opposite of what people would normally think, but I really wouldn't be concerned about any Solana FUD because we know what's going on with Solana and Visa. We know Solana is American. They're calling it American, even though, like, I think a Ukrainian guy started it. Cryptocurrency, like Solana's in. They're in. Okay, so I really wouldn't worry too much about that, Joshua Joseph. What is a good bag to hold in your opinion? Again, guys, I've been over this so many times. Like, it's all up to you on what's your bag and what's a good bag for you. If it's for me, my price target is 5 to 10 cents, right? So let's just use a hypothetical. If it gets to 5 cents, if you hold 20 million, if you hold 20 million Zebec at 5 cents, you will have $1 million USD, right? At this, maybe you can afford to buy 20 million Zebec and get there. Maybe you can't. Picks a different goal, right? So from those numbers, right? If you have 5 million Zebec, if it gets to 5 cents, then you have 250K, right? And this all depends on you and what you're trying to grab, what price point you want to hit, how much money you want to have, how much money you can get access to. This is all like what you can do, not financial advice. Just what I'm doing with my portfolio, right? But this all depends on what you can hit, right? All types of people watch this show. I'm not trying to regulate anybody's bags. And at the same time too, depends on how you want to do your portfolio, how you want to diversify or not diversify. So, it's all up to you on what's a good bag for you. Let's get the cheats out. 2 million is a good amount in case you want to sell 1 million, and that's up to you. And at 1 million, if it gets to 5 cents, that's a 20th of $1 million, which, let me pull out a calculator and determine how much money that is. So that's 50K. So per 1 million, I should have known that. Per 1 million of Zebec, if it gets to 5 cents, that's $50K. So in that instance, every 2 million is 100K. So if you have 200, or if you have 2 million and it gets to 5 cents, that means that you will now have 100K. That's 6 figures of money, guys. Where else are you going to be able? What other thing offers that to anyone? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know of any other opportunity like that. Like, just think about on the stock market, right? If you're trying to get into something that involved ADP, that involved BlackRock, that involved a company like Circle. For a stock like that, you're probably paying at least $10 a share. And in the crypto market, we have the advantage of being able to play to be able to get much more of a bang for our buck. But get what you can and do not go broke. Okay, so I guess I'll reach for 2 million. What about XCN? I'm a big fan of XCN as well. Again, if you want to learn about leverage trading, you see the little QR code there. On this platform of BTCC, you can leverage trade XCN. So you can take a very little bit amount of money and you can leverage trade it. And we're going to be going over that in the Patreon. Less than a cup of coffee right now for the Patreon. We'll be going over this in the Patreon. But if you want to leverage trade XCN, definitely use that QR code. And also you get a free USDT for funding your account on there too. So something to look at. But let me see. Didn't want to do that. Don't want to share that at the moment. I'm trying to go down to show you the guy. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, there we go. Search pairs. I don't know why I couldn't see that before. I'm blind, y'all. So you can see here they have an XCN trading pair. As you probably might have seen, I'm already trying it out, the trading. But yeah, we're gonna go over this in depth with the Patreon people. So if you do this the right way, you can always cash on this thing. But again, this is gonna be something that I'm gonna go over with the Patreon people. But if you want to do leverage trading on XCN, you can do it on BTCC. Oh, you didn't see that? Okay, I guess that's good then. Let me share this tab instead. So here, so you can leverage trade on BTCC, which we're going to try out with the Patreon folk. So if I go over here to XCN, you can see here that leverage trading, you can leverage trade up to 50x on BTCC. So if you fund your account there, you can get free USDT, and you can go on and leverage trade things like XCN. So you see that? Could have taken a 50. You could have taken advantage of this short move on XCN on here if you were leverage trading. Somebody might have done that. Somebody might have done that. Okay, now let me switch back to XCN or ZBCN. It's 50 billion. It's 50 billion. ZBCN enough. You're killing me, bro. Killing me, bro. That's hilarious. Same thought here, Joshua Joseph. Yeah, I know. Like they hit us with these news things, and they're like, "Oh, Solana's in trouble. Oh my goodness," and it really makes us like I don't want to say emotional, but that's the best word I have access to right now. They're really trying to guide our emotions in a certain area, but again, when you start, the longer you get into trading, and when you figure out what certain companies are and what they actually mean and who are behind them, you won't have any worries. Like for instance, let's go back to the Rona times, you know, the thing back in the day, like when we couldn't use airplanes and travel and stuff like that, right? People were like, oh my goodness, because green energy was the thing back then, right? Remember, they're like, oil and gas stocks are done, and oil stocks went down a ton back then, right? Oil is done. It is done. It is done. And guess what oil stocks did after all of that was over? Guess what oil stocks did after all of that was over? This is just a short kind of example, right? Let me see. What is it? ExxonMobil. Exxon. I'm surprised I don't remember it off the top of my head. Oh, let me see. Exxon Mobil stock ticker. 1 second. I just want to kind of give you guys a look into how these things work a little bit. So back when Rona times were a thing, they're like, oil stocks are done. Oil stocks are done, right? It's only going to be green energy. It's only going to be green energy. And look at where it is. It's higher than when Rona was happening in that time, in that thing in time. And if you would know at that point in time, right, that the people behind oil stocks, the Rockefeller family, basically own everything. you would have known oil stocks are going to do just fine. And I'm sure people probably made money on the short knowing that these were going to go down. So I'm sure people made money on the short and then they made money on the long. But if you know that the Rockefeller family they control everything. They just do. They got money and everything. But if you knew that, and you knew that, then you would have the tax implications of oil, because certain investments with oil you actually get a tax rebate on. You would have known oil was going nowhere. Okay, it was there's no way oil was going anywhere. So I'm just using this as an example of how in the moment, like, they can hit you with news things that will really make you think, okay, well, this thing is just done and toast and never doing anything again. And it will. It will, because you just have to know the people behind it and what's going on. Same thing with that I just pointed out here with Solana, and knowing all the people in the companies and things behind Solana, and how it went down to like $13 and how it came right back up from that. So if Solana was to go down to $100 today, wouldn't bother me in the least, because I know the people behind it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What was the other thing that happened besides oil companies? It was like airlines. Oh, airlines are done. Airlines are done. Airlines are certainly not what they used to be, right? But they definitely came back. Delta. Airlines. They most certainly came back. So Delta, Corona times, Delta Rona times went all the way down to $20, and well, way back to past where it was before Rona times, and it's here right now. So still way off, like double from where it was before then. So, I'm not too worried about Solana. Bottom line. And that wasn't to scold you guys. That was just to show you guys how the emotions, that they try to hit us with the emotional stuff. But in this case, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Taking that, Delta Ghost. What's up, Crypto Clay? ISO 2002 announcement and its rockets. Mark XCN is still on fire. Shook Focus has great alpha on that. Yes, Shook does have great alpha on XCN, so definitely check him out. And I think I mentioned that, guys. Shook is the best, has the best XCN research around out here, hands down. Best staking protocol to me, hands down. Mark. XCN staking protocol is set up for financial freedom, 100%. Bitcoin pumping as we speak. What's up, Lion Padua? Carlos, BTC is on its way to 99K right now. Let's go. We are far ahead of what we are far ahead that we think we are. Last family. XCM was like 0.00007 forever. That's right, Phantom Beat. That's what I'm saying. Like, forever in a day, XCM just sat there until it took off. So what we're seeing here with ZBCN, like, people are gonna look back at 0.0016 and be like, that was so cheap. I can't even believe that I was debating that, or worried, or like, oh man, I just bought and it went down. Like, people are gonna look back on this and be like, oh, that was stupid cheap. Like somebody said earlier, stupid cheap. That was stupid cheap. Yeah, bro. I completely agree. Yeah, but not financial advice or whatever. Make your own decision, do what's best for you, but watch. Just watch. If Ripple partners up with ZBCN, it will be gangsta. What's up, L? Just might do the same gangsta. Remember getting XCN a hot bit? Fam, what if Zebec flips XRP? Whoa, machine guns, Paulie. Now that's come on now. No, I know Simon with the big balls was like hold my beer XRP, but I don't know about that, bro. That's a tall task right there. But hey, maybe I don't know. That's a tall task right there. I remember you mentioning 20 million Zebec will make you a millionaire. Do you hold over 20 million ZBCN? Caden asking the real questions here. I can neither confirm or deny that, Caden there, sir. I can neither confirm nor deny that. ZBCN cat's out of the bag. What the 122K people in the spaces? How is that possible already? LOL. Remember, an early one had 26K. Wild. What's up, CD Aiken? That is wild, bro. That is wild. That shows you like more holders are coming. More holders are coming. Not that I think we even need it, but it's coming, right? More holders are coming quickly. Zebec flipping XRP. How dare you? How dare how dare you? With the Greta Thunberg, right? How dare you? That would be funny though. Zebec flipping XRP 100%. What's up, Patrick Collier? Another Detroiter in the house. What up, though, brother Rue? Bam with the fist. Robert Coleman. What was said in the spaces today that freak people out? Freak people out. Oh, I think you think because the price is going down a little bit. No, I don't think nothing freak people out. The price is just going down a little bit. Actually, I think the spaces was very, very, very bullish. Tune into the earlier part of the show to get that. I'm already in, but the FOMO is crazy strong. Nerky 530p. Hey, bro, what's up, Dreamer? Will the Patreon members have access to the paid Telegram when it starts? Yes, 100%. I think what I'm gonna do is we'll see what I'm gonna do with that. But I think the Telegram as it exists at some point in time will not be paid. Okay. Now I don't know how that's gonna completely work, but at some point in time we're gonna make a conversion, right? And the Telegram as we know it will probably be a paid thing. So how that ends up looking in the end, we shall see. If that means like we shall see. But yeah, Patreon members will definitely have access to it. LOL. Yo. Bullish choices in the house. Shauna C. Things are starting to move, people. ZBCN will have buyers at 10 cents, 100%. Because certain crazies are like, well, I can't touch it until it has this market cap. like, bro, like it'll have market cap. That's the craziest thing to me, right? Look at the project and see if they're people look at the people behind it. If there's great people behind it, if there's great tech behind it, the liquidity will come. Like I just don't understand that. I really don't understand that. And if it's something really like that people need to be used, like Payroll, right? Like Stronghold, right? There was no volume there until it was. right? I can show you a good example of that. Which is crazy because I really think on purpose they make things harder to get because they don't want liquidity on them, right? Like Stronghold, it's pretty hard for you to get Stronghold. It's pretty easy, but it's pretty hard. As in, it's not on Coinbase, it's not on Uphold, it's not on Gemini. You got to get a Lobster wallet, and you got to, there's a couple of different ways to get Stronghold. But my point being, if we look at the market cap of Stronghold, right, and we look at how it was just sitting here all of 2023 with only like $2 million in it. Anybody could have invested at this low market cap. Anybody could have. All of 2023 just sitting there with less than 5 million market cap in it until it wasn't. And it went up to 53 million, 62 million. So from here, right, that's what, a 30 something X, right? A 30 something X from 2 million to 62 million. And it languished at 19 million until boom, 100 million. So that's a 50X from here in a matter of what, less than 2 years. And it's still sitting here at a pretty relatively big bargain, considering it could get to $1 billion in market cap. I thoroughly believe it can get to $1 billion in market cap. So it's still a bargain, but here it was particularly a bargain, right? And this is why, like, when things are boring, that's the time to pounce. Because the same story of Stronghold with this very low market cap, it being involved with IBM, it being kind of a bridge between XLM and XRP, Bancorp. They have investors from Bancorp, and Bancorp, by the way, is the ones who do the cards for Zebec. Shout out to, I think, Jetpack for that knowledge he shared on the channel for that. So thank you for that, Jetpack. But it was still the same project here with all the same investors here at the 2 million market cap. And then the liquidity came. So I don't think it's something to even worry about, guys. But I like showing people examples in precedent. So that's just an example in precedent for you. The Mecca. Gotta have some Zebec in the next 4 years. Two, I'm going to be the one sitting on Zebec in 2029 plus. Now that's real well. Thanks for the support, bro. Nerky laughing. Mary Mac, you're lucky. Zebec, Zodiac sign. What's up, Billy Napier? I'm holding for 10, possibly 15 cents. Could easily happen. A lot of people will sell at 1 cent. Yep. And it'll dip 5 cents soon after, really soon. Yep, 100%. That's kind of like some markers. Like once it gets to 1 cent, it kind of pulls back, and then to 5, and it pulls back. Just like Swift and Zebec. They went up to 5 cents this year, and guess what? They pulled back. And then the next crawl is up to 10, right? And then from 10 to 15, it'll go to 30. Why stuff there, Billy Napier? Appreciate you, brother. Das MyPay DFAZ or DFAS and MyPay. Please use Zebec. Mark Call. I pointed to the heels all the way up to the roof. The roof is on fire. Esau hyping up Bitcoin. Hit the likes and hit the mic. 2 years ago, I couldn't find a new I do on YouTube about Zebec. Now they're everywhere. Okay, got you. Knowledge sells, right? ZBCN is everywhere now. I couldn't find I do now on YouTube. Now I'm listening to it live. Love it. I appreciate it, brother. Serge Jacquez, where do I buy Zebec? Great that you mentioned that. You can buy Zebec on Caleb and Brown. We have an affiliate partnership with these guys. They have a crypto brokerage. They've been around since 2016. And, with Caleb and Brown, you can have access to a broker 24/7. The link is in the description. Not only can you buy Zebec on there, you can also buy XPR on there too. Okay. So shout out to Caleb and Brown. Really appreciate the affiliate partnership with those guys, but click on the link in the description to get an account with Caleb and Brown. I've already saw that a few of you guys have already done that. Thank you guys so much. It helps out the channel and stuff that you can, that you were already going to do anyway. You're already going to get Zebec. You're already going to get XPR, but now you've done it in a way that can help out the channel. So thank you guys so much for that, because we're looking to grow. And the more the channel grows, the more I can do content and make the Patreon bigger and things like that. Best place to buy. Yep. So Caleb and Brown, definitely the best place to buy. But also Uphold. Also on Solana via decentralized way to doing that. You can get it on, what is it called? Jupiter Swap. Yeah, Waters Above. He's a good guy too. I definitely watch his show from time to time. He goes deep into the esoteric and the astrology of it. Shout out to him. Grubhub. What's up, OG Crypto? Appreciate you, brother. Zebec moves with Quant. Maybe. The only problem I have with Zebec is it's on Solana. It constantly shuts down and can't support the volume and crashes. Yep, I know. And that is an actual problem with Solana. And at some point, hopefully they fix it. But I think it's just like, Ethereum has tons of problems too. And they need the layer 2s and the layer 3s and all of that. But knowing the people behind Solana, I don't think it's too much of a problem. Didn't Metallicus get Twitter? And am I tripping? BitMo 36. They're on Twitter. They have a couple accounts on Twitter. Metallicus ticker Lars? No. What's up, Jeff Ruitt? Metallicus ticker is metal. But you can buy also XPR. There's metal, XPR, loan, and like a metal DAO one. What's up, Big Mouth Rob? Any updates on SHX, Graft 235 drop? I'm not sure about that. What's up? I think about it like this. If you have $1 million Zebec, once it hits 1 cent, every penny after is $10,000. That's a pretty cool way to think of it too. Yeah. Oh, $1,000. Every penny after is $1,000. Yeah. That's a pretty cool way to think of it too. But I'm pretty sure, my price target is the 5 cent marker. So I tend to think of it as 5 cents is $1 million, and everything after that, like, okay, then 2 million is 100,000, 5 million is 200,000, 250,000, 10 million is $500,000. I tend to think of it like that. Been buying Zebec for around 4 months, haven't sold it, and I've been buying the dips. I think the bottom is a dime. Let's go. And I'm sure Billy means, of course, this bull run, right? So this bull run, I'm thinking 5 to 10 cents. Okay. No, it's 10K. So the example that the person gave here, if it gets to a penny, then $1 million is 10K. Let's see, what painting is he talking about? The painting with Trump, and let me see if I can find it right quick. Beef Bergen. I cannot spell to save my life over here. There we go. Let's see if we can find it really quickly. Okay, see, behind them right there. I'm not sure whose this thing is. Okay, you can see it behind them there. Very. Okay, he's talking. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. That painting. Wish I could zoom in, but I'm not going to try because I think that'll mess up stuff too much. But that painting right there, that's the painting that he's talking about. $10K, I'm cheating myself. It's never enough. Keep raising the bar. It's already 1,700 for $1 million approximately. Let's go. OG Crypto. Buy this dip. Nice discount. What a buy at 0.0008. 100%. Yes, it was. I got a big stat of 0.0007. I can see 5 cents. Morris Wade Show. What's up, Morris Wade Show? Appreciate you coming through. What is the time frame of a breakout? Well, you know, a specific time frame for a breakout, no one can say. But again, I like the full moon cycles. Next full moon is in 11 days, or close to no. Next full moon is actually on the 12th, so in 6 days. So maybe we see like a pop up during that time. But again, the catalyst we have coming is whenever they say the American crypto zero capital gains tax, whenever that happens, whenever ISO happens, which is the 7/14/2025, and then 11/22/2025. So we got a couple different catalysts in that instance. So right on, brother, they do these things. Still cheaper than my XEN DCA, and that was awesome. Still hurts when I was in the triple zeros. I agree. What's up, Milk Money? Look into Bad Idea AI. Could be a good play. I'm in it big time. Hard to say if it ranges in the 0.0018 for a week or so. Might go nuts like XCN, and XCN was just climbing right now, right? Is it still climbing? It's doing nicely. Decided to climb. Okay. Okay, so where were we? This is a different bull run. I seriously seen between 20 cents to 50 cents. Mark my words. Mike L. Okay, Mike L. It's marked, bro. It's marked. Hey, I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. B Rocket 80, 50 cents long term. We need a cent first, then 100%, 5 cents to 10 cents. 50 cents would have to be the mother of all bull runs. Long term bull, I can agree. When it hits 10 cents, it will only have to be a 7.5 billion market cap. That's nothing in crypto. That's true, Billy Napier. That's true. Rocket, when is the bull run? The bull run, excuse me, to me is this year. So this year, again, we got the ISO dates. And then after the ISO dates, who knows, right? Because that'll be all the way at the end of November. Usually in December-ish area is when people reorganize their portfolios for the tax year, both their stock and crypto portfolios. So sometime in December, you'll probably have a lull, like a pullback. So I'm thinking basically, summertime to like all the way to November will be bullish, right? And it's usually like sell in May and walk away, but the way this May is looking, it's looking like it's going to be a bullish May. Trump is going to speak here on the gala on 5/22, 25. So on the 22nd of May, Bitcoin looks like it's about to go over 100K again. But yeah, I'm thinking this year is the bull run, right? The rest of this year. Yeah, I think Zebec and Bad will retire me. I'd rather have Q&T working my way there. Holy crap. ISO and Zebec. ZBCN is at the same price now that XRP and XLM was in 2017 in their early stages. That's a good point. It's a good point. Goose staking Zebec, apparently Hunt. Goose staking Zebec, apparently Hunt looked into it yet. Crypto Future crew in the house. What's up, young boy? Yeah, Crypto Future, love Crypto Future, man. That's my guy. What's up, Crypto Future crew? In the house. 18%, yep, 18% APR on 4 months staking. XRP has 100 billion total supply, XLM 50 billion supply, and ZBCN 100 billion supply. What's important about those numbers? Actually, really important numbers. I remember when Sol went down that low. Yep. The lower circulating supply is higher. Its value becomes based on the invested market cap of the investors, correct? The lower the circulating supply is, the higher the value. Well, the lower circulating supply, the lower the circulating supply means the high, yeah, exactly. So if there's a lower circulating supply, it can run faster. That's why you see certain people on certain meme coins and certain coins that have a little liquidity in them. Like certain people will pump those because they know like it's a low circulating supply and they can pump it really fast. Like certain people will do that. But for things like this with ZBCN that actually have a project and people and companies behind them, it's great for us. Let me go back to share this tab. Is there a burn? Well, the burn is the buyback. They have the buyback. So every fee that's spent on the Zebec goes into a buyback. So if we go back here, Zebec, and we look at the buyback, They just posted numbers for the most recent buyback. Okay, ZBCN buyback projected. Okay, Zebec announces next round of token buybacks, projecting 50 million in Zebec. So approximately 50K. As always, buybacks are powered entirely by Zebec card revenue. Transaction will go live on chain in the coming days. Buyback projected 50 million. Okay. Buyback in February was around 50 million. Same coming up in March. The 2024 buyback was approximately 300 million. So it looks like they may eclipse that if it continues the way it's been continuing. They're on pace for a 600. If it continues like this, it seems like they're on pace for 600 million to be bought back, at least. So that's the burn. Crypto market moves a lot faster than the stock market too, 100%. OG crypto does not like BTCC or BTC. Yeah, he doesn't like BTCC, I guess. Screw that, Ruel. Somebody has to teach me. Lost 200. Never do that again until I get training. Yeah, bro. That's okay. Maybe you want to get the Patreon then, because I'm liking it so far. I'm really liking it so far. Because if you make sure that you put a certain amount in reserve, you can never, it seems like, lose money. But again, I'll go over that with the Patreon people. Definitely get the BTCC. Scan the QR code to get that. And I'll start quote unquote class on that tomorrow. So I'll post a video and on that tomorrow for people in the Patreon. I've just started kind of working on it, and I'm liking it so far. OG, add me on X. Yeah, become a trader, or trader. Some wallets are holding 50 bill for real. Yeah. Oh, is that you? Did you change your avatar? Oh, I didn't change it. Okay. They're having a convo. Can you confirm that a coin like XRP has to be $5 in value before it can be ISO compliant? I'm actually not sure about that. Because I would not think that would be the case, because by the end of the year, well, maybe that's true for a coin like XRP. Maybe so. I don't know. But I think to be ISO compliant, really, you have to do the things to be compliant in the messaging system. And I'm sure you have to do some things to be compliant as far as like if they can track things properly, like but when you're saying specifically a coin like XRP built for what XRP does, maybe they have to be $5. But honestly, I'm not sure. I would have to do some research into that. But I would like to say that I would not think that would be the case, because there are coins like Hedera right now, I think, that are ISO compliant right now, and it's 17 cents. And coins like Cardano and coins like so there are coins that are ISO compliant now that aren't $5. So I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, but I had to do more research. I have 2 trillion bad. I'm telling you, I'm going to retire from it. Okay, I'll check it out. Bad AI. My avatar is actually AI generated for me. What do you think about Sora coin? Apparently, they're working towards ISO compliance. Yeah, that's what I heard. I was talking that over with someone. I still need to do some more research on it, but I heard that Sora was like that, and I got some Sora somewhere in the wallet. who knows? Never has there been a bull market with regulations. Yeah, 100% a bull run with regulations. I think that's the only thing that these gaming tokens are waiting on. Like once regulations hit and that's clarified on how that should work, I think we see things like Epic Games, Unity Games, EA Sports, all of those just jump right into the market. And Scale has an advantage on that. Definitely check out a show I did with let me see if I can bring that up right quick. Scale's marketing manager, I'm really butchering his title. It's bigger than like marketing manager. Shout out to Andrew Saunders. So I made a video of it that's really a short, like kind of really sums it up. Let me see here. Let me just go to my channel. There we go. Scale. How mass adoption happens in crypto gaming. Okay. And this was Andrew Saunders. Like he basically just lays it right out for you. I know it doesn't have that many views. It definitely deserves more because he definitely lays out how crypto mass adoption and regulation, how regulation can lead to mass adoption in gaming. He lays it directly out for you. And just to show you again who he is. And bro is nice enough to follow me. You know what I mean? Like somebody of his stature, you know, I say nice enough. But you know, I'm just a guy that likes crypto, guys. So I don't you know, I'm a humble person. Andrew Saunders. So if you look at Scale, he's a big wig. He's definitely a big wig. So and Scale's another one I need to do more shows on. Because there's a lot of connections with Scale and Tim Draper. Yeah, there's a lot of connections with Scale. There's a lot of people over there watching the X. I really hope that you guys click and follow me as well, because we're trying to get the X monetized. So if you haven't clicked on follow on X, please do so. We're really trying to get that monetized over there. Bringing you quality mind maps like this over there. So definitely do that if you haven't already. This is so attainable. If you have 2.5 million Zebec, every penny increase is a 25K. Crazy. This is how you build generational wealth. 100%. What do you think about the X Spaces today? That was the early part of the show. Definitely after we're done here, go ahead and rewind and get the earlier part of the show. We went through the whole Spaces. Somefoot, they started in the past multiple companies that failed, that there is no wage link on app on Android, saying that the CEO of Paybridge only said they use stables, not Zebec itself, no ISO 270 creds. Well, WageLink is not an app on Android. I don't believe that it's an app on Android. I think it's an app that you can get for integrated into your payroll system for ADP. Yeah, so use stables, not Zebec itself. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of these things that you're talking about. The CEO came on their Paybridge and mentioned that they were acquired by Zebec. So Paybridge is like a subsidiary of Zebec. So I don't know what people are hearing, because I definitely heard him say that they were acquired by Zebec. So, and WageLink is a part of ADP. If you have ADP, you can use the WageLink. I don't know if it's a separate app all by itself. So, yeah, but yeah, we addressed the earlier call. I'll definitely look into some of these things. And Sam had some previous companies before, but Zebec and what Zebec is doing as far as Simon and Sam together, there's no I don't think there's any failed companies as far as that is concerned. I think the thing that we should be focusing on is Zebec being Sam plus Simon, and underneath Sam and Simon is Paybridge, and we have, just like I show you in here in the mind map, we have the ADP advisors because they are partnered with ADP, and they're also built and running on Solana. Solana president is also on their board. So channels with low amounts of followers drop the best alpha for free because they're trying to build their channels. %, Anthony Hall, 100%. On their X Space before this one, they said that the top priority is becoming ISO. On the space before this one, they said they will be ISO 2002 by the end of the year. I bought ZBCN super cheap from the bottom, just didn't have enough cash at the time for a huge bag. First, we look about Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. Almost at 50K holder. Let's go. Hold the correction. It's not tanking. It's not tanking. When you guys use words like tanking, that's not tanking. That's a pullback. When it goes from 0008 all the way to 2, it's going to be some pullback. Again, let me show you exactly same example here with XCN. They went up from 0.0 something all the way up to 0.003, pulled back, slowly rounded out to like 0.1002, came all the way back up again, this time to 5, and all the way back down to 0.001. So XCN played with people's hearts for the longest time, and then bam. So again, if you guys don't know how to necessarily read charts or how to look at precedents and stuff like that, and know that when something goes up and that they pull back, this is just what happens. We can look at a ton of charts. I can show you the same dang on thing. Swift C, same thing. Went up to 0.009, pulled back, went up, pulled back, all the way up, pulled back. Like, this is just, it's almost like a, what do you call them? EKG. like a heart monitor. Which, by the way, the MiCA laws say that the cryptocurrencies must be something that could be legally defined as a human being, which is kind of weird, but that's what they say. And it's kind of funny that these things do look like heart graphs. They look like a beating heart. They look like an EKG of a heart. It's kind of weird, kind of funny with weird, but this is what the charts do. So no, to me, this is not tanking. This is a pullback. That's all it is. Okay. Oh, you guys didn't see that. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Let me just share the whole screen. Yeah, so that's not a pullback. I'll show you a couple different charts again. XCN. Or that's not a tank, excuse me. That's not a tank. See, I went up from 0009, 0003, pull back to 0.0013, all the way up to 0.0045, pull back, and they play with people's hearts for a while. Pulled all the way back to 104 again, went up to 3, pulled back to 2, and then bam, right? And now it's settled in the 1.7-ish area and climbing right now, right? And climbing right now. Swift, same thing. Up and back. And you guys heard the thing that I said about hearts, right? So it does kind of look like an EKG, kind of a little bit, if you guys are familiar with that term as far as hearts go. Same thing with SHX. So this is just a pullback. Okay, where are we? Okay. Okay, so we're almost there. Okay. When Zebec hits 10 cents, it's only a, okay, well, we got that one. Buy more, there's nothing out there like it. Weak hands get weak hands out, then retest a higher resistance. $5 billion market cap, easy for 5 cents. Zebec 100. SHX will rock the world, okay, and shock the world. Can't see it, bro. Neither. Okay, yep, we got it. Sorry about that. Neither can I for SHX. No longer a bargain, but could be wrong. Good project though. Anything's possible in crypto. For those who are disciplined, getting paid daily may find them with no rent on the first of the next month. Tailcoin pump soon. Crypto.com. The one with the green candles and the one in the ship. Okay, yeah, we got it. Why is it dropping? It's just dropping. It's a pullback time. If you have, yeah, we got that. Buy the dip, catch a new whip, bars. Okay, we covered that. Swift will be fire. When it becomes ISO compliant, game over. Okay, yep. Agree, Allure. Yep, we got that. Crispy, thanks for the info, Ruel. No problem. BTC over 99K. Let's go, E. Something happening. Bought back 13 mil in January. Let's see what happens. What's up, Nick Adams 01? Bedtime. Good. Thanks. Good night. Crypto.com making moves. They opened an office in DC. 21 shares, about to launch a crypto ETF for Crow. Let's go. Nice news there, E. Okay, to bed. Okay, yeah, we finally got through all these comments, but wow, this is the biggest show ever. 1,238 on the X. Definitely, guys. I know, like, can't all of you not have been like checked over there and subscribed? So please subscribe on the X. We're trying to monetize that. I really appreciate it, guys, if you would follow me over there so we can get that monetized. If you made it to the end of the show, put in Simon in the chat at the end here. Put in Simon. So definitely, if you guys have not subscribed to my YouTube, come over to my YouTube and subscribe because I am monetized on YouTube. We got one more comment. I'm going to wait to hear that comment. But yeah, so at the end of the show, we're gonna put what did I say, Simon? Yeah, we're gonna put Simon in the chat for Simon Babakani. Waiting for that comment though. While we're waiting for that comment, let me see what's going on with Bitcoin. Oh yeah, 99. About to maybe crosses that threshold. Let's see. That was the comment. No problem, bro. No problem, bro. All right, guys. Definitely at the end of the show on the YouTube, please comment Simon. It helps get the show around. Yeah, I definitely do see Quant running, man. It's a very undervalued. At anything under $100 for Quant is a very good value in my opinion. Not a financial advisor or anything like that. Not a financial advisor, but yeah, definitely put Simon in the comments, not in the chat, but in the comments. And I'm out, guys. Have a good